Oh, that's hot. Whew. Hot, 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 hot. Hey, Ginger Locks mom. How are you? Courtney. Hello. Mm, I can't see you on StreamYards, but I see you on. Hey, Ben Ashworth. Okay, what's your question? Shoot. I'm going to turn my camera off. I look like crap. I just woke up from a nap. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Carrie. Oh, I feel so lovely. How hot is it? It's about that here, man. Very, very hot. I'm hot and sweaty. Well, thank God for air conditioning. I've got my air conditioner set to 70, so it's not too bad inside. Hello, exports. Good afternoon. I was going to say good morning, but I'm so used to saying good morning to y'all. But it's a good afternoon. I'm not going to be on long, just for a minute. Just wanted to ask you all if you had any questions. I don't know if any of you saw my last video I just posted. Hey, Carrie. Is it hot there? Yeah. I think people have been getting really. Hi, Cinderella. How are you doing, babe? My heart goes out to you, sweetie. Serendipity. Hello. How you doing, hon? Um, hmm, I just wanted to, I guess, come on and I don't want anybody to feel bad about the whole wrench thing. I just took all the wrenches. Um, and I'm just going to hand out a very few wrenches. I'm going to see how that works out. The whole giving everybody wrenches thing did not work out for me very well. I know some people on their channels give out everybody a wrench. Um, Hi, Amanda Ray. How are you, honey? I want to give a few people wrenches and then talk about what, I need them to do for my channel. Thank you, Sarah. Love you, girl. It was worth the try. It was. And the whole reason I gave so many wrenches out was because of this whole you can't check who's real and who's not real. And that's all I wanted to do. Hi, Diana. How are you? So I don't have any questions. I think it's your channel. You've got to do what is right for you. Sending support to you regardless. Love to everyone. Thanks so much, Carrie. You're a sweetheart. You really are. Do not ever give me a wrench. I do not want the responsibility. Cinderella, I feel the same way. I have wrenches in a few channels, and um, I mean, it's an honor to have a wrench in a channel, but it's also a responsibility, I think, and I take that very seriously because I don't ever want to do in someone else's channel what they don't want done. You know what I mean? Like they want. I love the wrench. It makes me feel important, Diane. Um, yeah, the wrench is good. If you're having problems with people, it protects you because they can't time you out and they can't do this and they can't. No worries on the wrench. Thank you, Ginger Locks. I just have to um, you know, I have to decide who's going to be a wrench on my channel because for one thing, my channel is very small. So I really don't need 100 wrenches. I mean, my God, there's channels that are 5 times, 6 times, 7 times bigger than me that only have a few wrenches, if you understand that. Hi, Jenna. So having said that, having a few wrenches, well, I think it's small, I mean, relatively small compared to some channels. And I just think that, you know, it's like too many cooks spoil, whatever that saying is. Too many cooks in a kitchen spoil the broth or whatever. I can't remember what the saying is. But sometimes it's just good to have less is more kind of thing. And I don't want anybody to feel like it's in any way, um, you know, it's in any way against anybody that I, have anything against you or anything. I just have to reevaluate my channel, and I've been getting myself into too much, of this back and forth tit and tat, blah 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 blah. And I don't want to anymore. I just really don't. I think as my, my I can't talk, subscribers just want to come in, have coffee, or chit chat, or talk, or laugh, or carry on, you know, um, like we've tried to do, and I think have managed pretty well. And I shouldn't feel the need to, sorry, I've got a piece of candy in my mouth. I shouldn't feel the need to jump on panel to panel to panel to panel and expect to, defend myself constantly. It's like silly. And then my friends feel the need to defend me, and I don't want them to feel that need. Hi, Kimmy. Wrenches are dumb. I just don't want anybody to feel bad because honestly, there's not one wrench in my channel right now. Not one. I took them all. Unless there's somebody incognito that has a wrench. That's the only way, because I just like clicked the X button and there was no wrenches, and then they were gone. The only thing I thought they were good, really good for me for, was to make sure of who was. Just come to my channel live streams. They're old ladies. They will love you, Carlos Coalition. Thank you. Um, I do go to your channel. Hey, Twanda. Just be you, trust the people, love you. Thank you, Twana, and I love you. I don't want anybody to feel, I love your channel. You have a big heart, and some people just love to cause problems. I think you do a great job handling. Yeah, well, yeah, yes and no. I think I I think I do myself a disservice by jumping on panels and trying to defend myself constantly. That you're not going to see that. You're going to only see me on panels where it's going to be about fun and light and love and laughter, and that sounds like marshmallows and rainbows, but you're not going to see me on panels like screaming and yelling at people. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to be who I am. It, listen, people, come on. I'm not a badass. I can't even pretend to be a badass. I'm just not. I'm not there. I never was there. Have I tried to pretend that I'm, this toughie? Yeah, I have at times. And it's silly because when I see it back or somebody clips it back to me, I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. The swearing and the acting all tough, and I've got tough skin. No, that's not me. That's what I love about your channel, the morning laughter. And we've had some really funny panels and really funny discussions. Milking cucumbers was one. Just be you. Thank you, Diana. And yeah, and that's why I did that kind of that PSA this morning. Took me a while because my husband kept interrupting me every time I would start doing that thing. He would come in and say something to get me off track. So it took me a while to even like get that going. And finally I did. and I think it turned out well. I'm not sure what you I mean, that's why I started this live. I just wanted to know what you all thought. If you saw it or heard it, saw it, it was a black screen. I didn't want to distract myself with, with looking at myself and doing that. So I just did a black screen, and I just wanted to know if you guys had any questions for me or any comments. I'm open to, and another thing I'm open to is suggestions. Um, I'm not one to think that I have all the answers, because I certainly don't. It's proven that I don't. Thank you, Tawanda. We pray for each other. My sister in February, and then my son a couple of weeks ago. I'm so sorry about that, Cinderella. My heart, seriously, goes out to you and Tawanda and Science Girl now. I'm brokenhearted for you all. I sent her my condolences this morning. And Cinderella, had I had your email, I would have sent you my condolences also. Um, I'm heartbroken for all of you. Hey, Sabrina. Um, if you want, come up live stream tonight with me at 10 p.m. from Grandma's. Sure. Um, and I just wanted to make it perfectly clear that I am not going to be jumping up on anybody's panel to defend myself. It will only be, if I jump on a panel, it's only going to be like fun, joking, a game maybe, but nothing like nothing drama related or dramatic, or I'm going to get myself, because I get myself kind of um at a point where I get upset. Hey, Jane the Teach, are you in here somewhere? Oh, yeah, there you are. Hello. It's nice to see you. I don't see you very often. How's your cat? I can't imagine your pain. You're strong. I wish I could fix this. I know my brother is with me every day. I know your loved ones are too. Yeah, and we have to believe that. I seriously, I lost both my parents, and, you know, I think about them often when I'm in a stressful situation, and I really feel like I feel them sometimes. Um, I really do. You won't have to defend. I would defend you on my channel live stream, 10 p.m. tonight. Come up with me. We will have fun. Just did a 3-hour live today. It will be a shorter one. Okay, hon. I will go there. If you guys, oh, shush. Shoot. There's no wrenches in here, Tawanda. You have to check out Brandy's channel. I'm going to give you a wrench. If you could post that link. Diana Brianna Fairchild. She's got this cool channel. She does like inspirational messages and stuff. And Serendipity is good at posting links too. Sarah, I'm going to give you a wrench too. Um, and don't feel bad if you don't have a wrench, please. And this is just for posting links. Oh, Jenna too. I'm sorry. Jenna knows how to do this. Like, I'm getting people that are very, very experienced at having wrenches in a big channel. Not that this is a big channel, but comparatively speaking, I have a small channel. I think Diana grew her channel to 6,000 in a matter of months. I don't expect to do that, but Wanda, I know that feeling. I lost a very close loved one that had a broken bone during early COVID, and he went in alone and didn't come back out alive. It has been horrific. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Exports. So sorry. Exports, by the way, did you get my email? Um, 7K in 5 months, exactly. I'm not anywhere near, and that's why I'm saying, like, um, oh, welcome to the Coffee Coalition, Sabrina. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. I'm always so humbled when someone joins. Like, I never knew. And I have to give props out to Eagle because she really helped me figure that whole membership thing out. I never thought, had I had to do it myself, I surely would have given up because my goodness, I was not understanding it at all because I am very pretty much computer illiterate. Eagle is, yeah, she really is. She has, and you know what, you guys, Eagle, you will never meet a more real person. She's gotten a really bad rap on here, but she's so real. Hey, Jorlane. Carla's Coffee Cafe is open. Carla's, someone did a video and it was called Carla's, what is it? The Church of Carla. It was hilarious. It was really hilarious. I loved it. I really do. And then Robbie did a parody on me and just kind of took me back because of the way I talked in that video. Is just terrible. It was just terrible. Um, and I love Robbie, but it was funny. But sometimes when you hey, Misdemeanor. So sometimes when you see yourself played back, Misdemeanor, do you want to come up? When you see yourself, you see, someone plays yourself back, and you see yourself how it's like looking in a mirror, and then it's like, oh my goodness, did I actually, did I actually say that? Oh my gosh. And you feel kind of silly. What up, Fuggins? And, I really, I would like, and here's the thing, Diana Brienne Fair, is it? I haven't been on her channel. Fairchild invited me over to her channel tonight, and she has got the most chill channel on YouTube. And you don't need to sit there and scream and yell and carry on to actually, have a successful channel. I think some people and some people don't realize that sometimes you just need to just sit back and just um, enjoy life, enjoy your channel, enjoy your subscribers, because sometimes that's what it's all about. It's about them. And, I've gotten kind of away from that. And I'm kind of ashamed of that, being, so confrontational. That really wasn't me. And to be honest with you, here's the person I really was before, like YouTube. I was the kind of person that did not like confrontation at all. Like, I would avoid Hi, Misdemeanor.
I was
I would
about to say good
avoid.
morning.
I was gonna say good morning too because I'm used to going on mute.
Wow.
But I
I
was
looked
just
at the time and I was like, oh, it's so not morning.
I was just like saying before, the person I was before is I would avoid confrontation at any cost, and all cost. And I found that on YouTube, I've been uh, almost seeking it out, and I haven't liked what, you know, um, no, I'm sorry. I don't want to give that person a link. Um, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to, I don't want to hurt anybody, and I don't want to be the person that goes up and screams and yells at people. I want people to come in here and feel comfortable. So,
Hey, Tawanda.
did you
Hi,
listen to?
everybody.
Did you happen to hear my little PSA I put
I
out earlier?
did. I
Oh my
did.
God!
And I
How many
really like
times?
that.
How many? How many times did I say moving forward? I will vouch for everything Carla is saying right now. Truly a rare gem on here and has been a super friend to me. Aw, thank you, Dragon's Law. Yeah, and I've been friends with him. Actually, Dragon's Law met in comments. We would be in comment sections, and I would say I have a comment, and he would comment back, and that's how we actually started talking to each other. Which, hi, Smokey.
Cinderella, I love you too, honey, and you're in my prayers always.
Yeah, she is. Actually sent Science Girl my condolences
Oh,
this
isn't that
morning.
tragic?
Very tragic. Your
That broke
PSA
my
was spot
heart.
on. Thank you, Dragon's Law. I really appreciate you saying that. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. My this is your channel, bottom line, it's your channel. And people don't come on in the morning while they're getting ready to work to listen to and just screaming, yelling, carrying on, and oh, well, I did this, I did that. They just want to hear chill. They want to hear about milking cucumbers. They want to hear about, you know,
About
M's
my dogs.
your dog and M's vibrator in her bedside table, and they want to hear funny stuff. I remember us laughing when we each had 100 subs each. I now have 107, and look at you, girl. Yeah, we would actually, and this is funny about Dragon's Law because he's if you ever see him in a chat, just watch his comments. He's hilarious. But we would actually talk in comments. He would say something, and then, I would say something, and he would, say, I really liked your comment. That's exactly how I feel. And it kind of formed a friendship in a way. And that
Well,
was,
I love our friendship too.
I,
Exports.
I yeah.
We make out after lives, just so you know. If that was a question anyone had, it is true. She's a pretty good kisser.
Yeah, I am.
Just saying.
I have to toot my own horn. False teeth falling on someone's cheek. Oh my God. That was
Do you remember that?
hilarious. Jenna Moon's,
Hmm.
Jenna Moon's story. Yes, but Carla always said, "Dragon, I'm just weird." Yeah, I am weird. I've always said that about people. I'm just a weirdo, but I'm a good weirdo. Like I am
She is.
pretty
She's a
much,
good
and I
weirdo.
try to be. But and I mean, if you guys have any questions, I would like Lucifer's Lair, Carla's Coalition, and crew. You should unblock all people Brian blocked while he had a wrench. Some were supporters of yours, and all they done to get blocked or disagree with Brian. I actually checked my block list, and the only block people I found were actually troll names, and I haven't seen any like real, other than some of the names that I've blocked myself, but some were, if you know but I went through my block list specifically because I was accused of blocking certain people. But I have gone through that, and he knows that he's not supposed to block people. He can time people out if they're being rude, but not block.
Well,
That's
and let
usually
me say this about the toxic people that are on the panel on occasion. You know, here's the thing. There's some people that I consider maybe not so much toxic, but just people I don't like or agree with because I don't know them, or I do know them and I don't particularly care for them. They're not my cup of tea. But they deserve to have a voice. As long as they're respectful, they have something to say, they add to the community, the environment, the conversation. It may not be something I necessarily agree with, um, but they should be heard as well. And we should have that open, communication. I've found that for the most part, and sometimes it goes sideways, but we have really good conversations here with completely opposite points of view. That by the end of the conversation, we can at least agree that we can see each other's point of view. We still may not be totally sold on the idea, but we can at least see their point of view. So try to keep an open mind. We're going to try to do a little bit better. Yeah. No, no, you
um
don't offend me at all. What it do? Not at all.
and that's what I was trying to point out in my PSA, which I said way too many times, moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. I should go back and count how many times I said moving forward. But all I wanted to, I just, this is a fairly small channel. Um, I've had wrenches since I started going live in the beginning. And I just want to maintain some kind of what the hell are you doing?
Who, me?
Yes. No, a person behind you.
What do you mean? What am I doing?
What's that noise?
That would probably be my husband who just walked in the back
Oh,
door,
oh, okay.
who is now feeding Dorito chips to my
I
dogs.
think Brian only had a problem with one creator in particular, and I can't like Joy Lang said. Um, here, mm, you know, Brian can really stick up for himself. I don't speak for other people. Brian kind of found a family in here that, supported him. We want to see Brian do well. Um, I've seen a change in Brian. I was all on, so much against him, um, for a long time. But I've seen a different side of Brian that I really respect and like. And, having said that, do I agree with every single thing Brian says or does? No, I don't. But I also feel like I can go to him and say, okay, Brian, you know, maybe that wasn't a good idea. Maybe you shouldn't have said that or done that and on the most part he's been very good on my channel, and a lot of people in here like him. He's a likable person. You need watch Kevin Gates give advice. I'm not sure. uh but I don't want any of you to feel bad if you don't have a wrench in here. Hi, Dana, a little bit. I really don't. Because my goal in everything was not to make anybody feel bad. I had kind of a rough week, and we're not going to go into that. But I reevaluated myself, my channel, and what I wanted for myself and for my people. And I think, to be fair to people that have joined my membership, and that I need to just smarten up and not make myself look bad, because when I look bad, I make my subscribe, sorry, tongue twisted. My subscribers, that are supporting me, I make them look bad for supporting me. And I don't want you to feel that. I want you to be proud of that you are a member in this channel, because you really do mean the world to me. I want to be here without you. I really wouldn't. And so, you're special. You're all special to me. I love having people up on my panel. I love talking to you. I love laughing. I love joking. I'm looking through you. Will Brian still be a part of your channel? Yeah, he will. Okay. So
I'll be
nothing
right back.
happened. Okay. So nothing happened. I'm just saying that, you know, I just wanted people to watch the video I made, understand that I had to do things for myself and my channel and my subscribers that was important to me. Other people have done it in the past and have, um, you know, I think she does. Let me check. I have to check on something. I think you do. Oh, someone's talking to me on Messenger. So, she whiz. I go that. I believe she does. I believe you do. Jenna, Jenna, do you have a wrench? I thought I gave her a wrench. Oh, sorry. Jenna, you have a wrench. Um, I'm sorry. I was asking anybody. if you had any questions, you ask me the questions and I will answer them. And someone did ask me a question about Brian, and yes, Brian will still be a part of this channel. He's my friend. He's you too, Molly. Have a nice day. He will be. Uh, you know. Here we go. Okay, there you go. So yeah, he will be. Absolutely disgusting. Oh, I didn't see. I I'm sorry. I was too busy yakking and yapping my mouth. I didn't see it. Sorry. Um, Carla, I really enjoyed you allowing people without a channel use yours to have a voice. It was very interesting to hear from non-creators. You had good ideas. You had a variety in your streams. Loved it. Thank you so much, Morningstar. And you know, and I appreciate everybody's point of view. Um, I just hear I just want you all to, and oh, Jenna, I just thought I gave you one. Oh my gosh. Okay, try now, Jenna. Um, sorry. Sorry. I thought I gave you one. But yeah, you have one now. I couldn't find your email, add your about section, so I sent it to Tracy to get it to you about it, the case I mentioned. Hey, honey boo boo. So see, like I guess something drama related was going on in the chat and I missed it because I wasn't paying enough attention. And I guess that's why I do need moderators in my channel because I need people to, um, that's not a very nice name. Um, I need people to, you know, I need people to be kind to me. And I can't remember who said that to me just now. Like I'm getting like, oh, Morningstar, yes. And I love having people up here that's never been on my like on even on a panel to just talk about whatever, like whatever's going on in their life, or maybe they want to just say hello to somebody. Uh, you know, I'm not going to be like arguing or you know, You're not going to see this girl. Um, and jumping up on panels and just arguing about silly things. I don't even want to know about them seriously. I don't because it's just silly. The more I go up on a panel, the sillier I look, and I don't want to look silly. Testicle, funny troll. Well, yeah. Well, your name is pretty funny, Testicle. Hey, the Brian clan.
Okay, I have a noise warning.
Oh,
Just a
okay.
heads up, it might get a little like that. Just saying.
I almost
Come
came up
up,
to
honey
say
boo
hi
boo.
once or twice. Could you come up just to say hello? Like anybody. Here, I will just give you a link and you can come up and say hi. Honey Boo Boo, I say hello to you in many chats that I've been in. And that's the thing. I just want to be able to go into chat, say hello to people that I see in here. And I really enjoy, the hearts and, saying hello and giving you hugs and, because I'm a subscriber too in different channels. I don't want to be afraid to go into a channel you know, because of all the hate I bring with me, which in turn brings you people, you know, you people hate because you support me. And that's not what I want. I really want you guys to be, you know, proud that you support my channel or you come in here. I don't want you to be ashamed that you come in here.
And we're still working on the wrench thing. We are doing
Oh
that.
yeah. We're actually going to do a private thing where I tell my wrenches exactly what I want, and then we can, just, you know, um,
And have better communication.
Yeah,
Um,
because really, I've noticed, and this happens, and I'm not going to point anybody out, that some people have wrenched with their feelings, and you can't do that. It doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't work. And being that I have a small channel, I just want a very few people to, you know,
that is a good quote, serendipity. Be the change you want to see. Took me a while to understand that and try to live by that, but it's a good quote. Yeah, it's a good way to live.
and
You know,
misdemeanor gave me a good thing and reason to think about this. And nobody can drive you crazy if you don't hand them the keys. And I thought that probably screwed that whole thing up.
no,
But
you did perfect. That was
um,
perfect.
so I don't feel the need like, oh, someone comes to me and says, okay, someone's talking to you, talking about you or they want you on their panel. I don't know. I don't have to.
No, you don't.
I don't
No,
have to go there. I don't have to respond. And having said that, there's going to be a few tomatoes thrown here and there. Is Honey Boo Boo coming up?
I don't know.
Is that your dog drinking?
Maybe. Or maybe I'm licking
Oh
my
my
maybe
God,
I'm licking my chest. I don't know. You
your
decide.
dog is the
Put a
loudest
1 in the chat if
drinker.
you think it's a dog. Put a 2 in the chat if you think I'm licking my own boob. Go ahead.
I do support you in your new ideas. I do hope you keep variety in each stream. It keeps it from being boring. It holds people's attention. Exactly. And keep in mind, there she is. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Honey Boo Boo. Hi, Honey Boo Boo.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hello.
Oh, it's so nice to see you. I see you in chats. I'm always giving you hearts. I love you.
Sabrina.
Well, I
Sabrina and
just
Remy put
actually
2.
wanted to come up and say hello. I know it's kind of easy, we can forget it's a real person behind the name. And when you actually hear somebody's voice, it's a lot easier that, you can relate to people and actually think of them a little bit easier as a person.
Right.
So,
And
yeah,
This is
I also
this is
think,
our person, honey boo boo. This is our
yeah,
person.
yes, she's my spirit animal.
That's right. And for all of you who put a 2 in
rare.
the chat, thinking I'm licking my own boob, you're all sick and you're not my people. Just saying. Y'all know better. I love
No,
y'all.
I was going to say something and it completely left my mind. Have you ever done that? You want to say something and it just completely leaves your mind is like crazy. No, I mean, you know,
Never.
I don't want anyone to feel like uncomfortable to come up or ashamed that they come in my channel. And keep in mind, we're here first thing in the morning. So a lot of people are just, I'm up at, I mean, I've been up for a couple hours by the time I go on. But some people are just getting, rolling out of bed, M's coffee combos, haven't even had their first cup of coffee. And so, I want to keep it kind of light and, uh, fun, and I want to make it fun for you, Honey Boo Boo, LaDonna in Texas, Testicle even, which is the coolest name ever. Tawanda,
Testicle.
Jenna Moon, I mean, everybody, Jane the Teach, all of you, Ben Ashworth
Madonna.
even,
Twisted Sister.
Brandy. I thank you for giving me a temporary wrench in the past. I've had 15 operations, 9 of which are brain and spinal ops, and suffer severe depression, anxiety. Thank you. Oh, Brandy. And I don't want you to take it seriously about the wrenches. I don't want anyone to take it seriously. Actually, when stupid YouTube did that whole thing where you can't click on a name and
Hmm.
check who's who, that's the reason I thought I would give everybody a wrench, and that didn't work out. That ended up biting me in the butt. And then, because then someone went back in streams and blocked people that shouldn't have been blocked and stuff. And so, but, give the whole point of giving everybody a wrench was so that I would know who was real and who, you know, but being that I am a small channel, I don't need 100 wrenches. Do you understand what I'm saying, Honey Boo Boo? I mean, I don't want anyone in
Absolutely.
there like, feel like I'm picking on them or I took your wrench because I don't like you. That's so not the case.
LaDonna, stop flirting with me. You come down there and start kissing on you if you don't
So,
stop it.
yeah, and I want suggestions too. Like, do you think, I mean, what do you think, Honey Boo Boo? Is there anything that I can do different? Like, what would you like to see? Any
I think
subjects that,
I think Carla, you're on the path. Lord knows there's been a little bit of drama around here. We've tuned into Carla's for a little bit of coffee and regular chat and a little bit of crazy drama stuff too. But I definitely, since you want to change, you want to go to the positive side of things, doesn't mean you're not going to, talk about some things here and there, which there's nothing wrong with. But hopefully it can just get to a more positive, better place.
Thank you, exports.
and,
And
and
yes,
and that's
I agree.
exactly like there's a such thing as different levels of, and I stole this from Misdemeanor, by the way. There's different levels of drama. There's the intense, I, I guess she can help me with this. But there's the intense,
Like looking people up and,
Mm.
outing every minute of their life since the day they were born, or making clone accounts or troll accounts, or just going into different chats and just bashing them.
Yeah.
Spending hour-long lives just, covering every horrid detail of their life. That's the really dirty end of it. Then there's the fun end of drama where, you make fun of somebody's broken
Right. And I
tooth.
think
I don't know.
Not mean
I kind of
spirit.
think of it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I was just gonna say it's okay. I kind of think of it like inbounds and out of bounds, and it just feels like we're much more on the out of bounds side of things,
Yep.
and I hope we can just go back more to the inbounds where it's kind of a more fair playing field. Like to me, we've lost our line. You know, 6 months ago, a year ago, we had a line that all of us knew that we didn't cross. We shouldn't cross, won't accept. And to me, that line is so blurry now, it's non existent.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I hope we can get that line back.
I do too. And I think
I
that's a
do.
goal for a lot of channels, not just Carla's.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to say. I mean, here's what I've been doing lately. I've been jumping on panels and defending myself here, and then my friends feel like they have to defend me, and it's silly because I don't ever solve anything. From, if I have an issue, a really serious issue with someone, from now on, it's going to be taken up either privately between me and that person. It's not going to be on a public forum. It's not going to be a bunch of yelling and screaming and carrying on. It's going to be done privately. And if we can't resolve our issues privately, then we have to be adults and you know, you agree to disagree and move on. And then just, don't not subject my subscribers to the nonsense and the doxing and all that. I just don't want it. I just want you guys to come in here and be happy,
Laugh.
and laugh. And we've had some streams that were hilarious. Like, we've had some pretty funny streams. And I want everybody to feel like well, with the exception of being porned, which I'd never been porned before. But now I know how to get around that too. So, yeah, with the exception of that, and I'll tell you, I was rattled that day with that. Boy, I did not expect that. That was like, ooh. But I want people to actually, and someone said, well, you got to send a link privately. Here's the thing. I don't have everybody's private email, to send them a private link. So you pretty much, if you want someone that's never been on your high figure skating coach, that's never been on your panel, you have to post your link in there. But there's ways you can protect yourself. And now I know, that I've been porned, what I can do to prevent that. And, and I will do that. But everybody has a story, and everybody's human behind these keyboards, honey. and I just want everybody to feel comfortable. I don't know. That's why I said, I named this stream, any questions, because if you have any questions or suggestions, I should have said any questions, any suggestions.
Yes, Pixie, she is on panel.
Thank you, little lady. Yes, Honey Boo Boo's up here. I'm so thrilled. I'm so humbled that you are up here. I've talked to her in many chats, and I love that she came up. And and here's the thing too. I value everybody's opinion on this platform. Quiet crickets.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
I'm
trying to keep up.
Yeah, I am too. I am reading the chat. I know, Ben, people disagree about Brian. I know that. I understand that. But I'm trying, he's tried to be a better person. At least here he has. We've seen a different side of Brian.
And we're hoping to keep it that way.
And
I know, I hear vibrating. I think the vibrating actually is M's. M's, can you turn that thing down? Lord.
Thank you, Nick.
It made my phone shake. I don't know how it's hooked up to my phone, but
I missed
girl,
anybody.
Let's go.
Yeah. What is your channel? Can I tell you?
The one thing I want to tell you is, whether we're creators or subs or, we're part of the popular people or the out crowd or whatever, none of us have like a handbook of what we're supposed to, how we respond to things or treat things or whatever. None of us have this handbook. So it's just a learning experience. And that's all really any of us can ask from each other is
absolutely.
And
do something wrong or we do something we regret, learn from it, show people that you've learned from it, and then put your best foot forward and try to move on.
Exactly. And surround yourself with people that tell you not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear, and listen to them, because I'm very guilty of not listening to. I will say, someone will give me advice and I'll say, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And then I do it. I do what I want. And then I end up pissing my own friends off because they say, well, we told you.
I had to get my own support group because of this. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I stress.
She goes, why? I said, to keep from killing you. I love you and I don't want to kill you. So there's that.
But and I do promise, I mean, I am not going to hop up on, and I do, this is my solemn promise in front of 143 people today, that I will not be jumping on panels to confront people. If you see me on a panel, you will see me on a panel that's about fun. It's about, having fun. It's about playing a game. It's not going to be about confronting someone.
That was my husband.
Oh my God, I thought Brian was on my panel because I heard his low voice. I'm like,
no, my husband was for just a second.
So it's not going to be about that. It's just going to be, if you see me on a panel, it's going to be about fun stuff. It's not going to be about anything else. And you're welcome. If you guys, and here's the thing, my email is in my about section. If you want to come up and talk about, I don't know, something that's happened, a vacation that you went on that was really fun or crazy, or you want to just come up here and just hang out with us, email me and tell me, and, give me your email and I'll either send it to you in an email, the link to come up on the panel, or I'll send it to you in the chat. And you're welcome to come up and hang out, because sometimes, now that we can have 10 people on the panel, Honey Boo Boo, when we're not talking over each other, it can be really fun up here.
Right.
Yeah, that can tend to be an issue, right?
Talking over each other is like,
no way, we never do that, do we?
Oh God.
No way, we don't ever.
Never.
I've had to mute
absolutely
her,
we don't.
I've had to mute her a few times, and she'll go after I'm finished. She'll go, and don't think I didn't see that you muted me. Like someone's trying to tell a story, and she's like, her dogs are licking or doing something, or someone's dragging something across the floor, so I'll mute her, and she'll say,
But they don't.
I didn't see that.
but they don't ever hump me. I can promise you that.
No, they don't. They don't.
Just
They don't.
saying. No, you know
So
what? Life's a marathon, man. It's not a sprint. You're gonna fall in little divots and little holes, and you're gonna scrape your knees up and get up and start running again and fall in the water, whatever, get hit by a tree limb. That's gonna happen to you in life as you wander through this crazy mess. Just we need to support each other and care about one another and treat each other good.
And I
Amen.
think it's possible to have a fun channel without having all this, craziness go on like day after day after day. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's possible. I really do. I think it's possible to have a fun channel without all the. I mean, is there going to be a little bit of drama and gossip? Come on, we're ladies. On the most part, we're mostly women. Women love to gossip, but we don't have to be mean about it. We don't have to say, "Oh, I'm going to do this," or "Oh, I'm going to do that." You know,
Hmm.
because I think there's enough channels that do that, so we don't need to do that here. Um,
Jeffrey, thank you for that virtual hug. And LaDonna, you're so right. Bible says not to worry about the splinter in other people's eyes until you get the plank out of your own. That's a good lesson to live by.
yeah, it is.
When you see somebody really screwing up, go, wait a minute, do I do that too? Fix you, and then maybe drop them a line and say, hey, I realize I do this sometimes too, and just wanted to give you a heads up. Be gentle.
And I've been so I'm in I mean, I know I've been live streaming for a while, but I'm still learning. I'm still
Mhm.
learning, and I finally figured out, my friends can't be, you know, attacked only because they support me because of what I've done, and that's what hurts me the most is like they're associated with me and my behavior, and I can't do that to them. Um, if it was just me, yeah, okay. But I don't want my subs attacked. I don't want, my friends attacked. I want people to feel comfortable, not to be, ashamed that they come in here or they support me.
Testicle makes a good point. Think before you speak and taste your words. What if your
Oh
words
my
had
God.
taste?
Oh yeah.
Like
I'd be
everything
drink.
you said that was ugly tasted like poo poo. You
I'd
wouldn't
have
be
some.
saying them, would you?
I'd have some bitter tasting milk, let me tell you, and bad, bad, bad breath. Very bad breath. Because some of the things that I've seen myself do is just been like even me, I cringe when I look back at some of the things I've said. So yeah. And I can admit, I mean, it's all me. I can admit that I'm to blame. I don't blame anybody else but myself. You don't have to, everyone, please hit those thumbs up. Carlos, a lot of thank you.
Honey Boo Boo, what are some things that you want to talk about in the mornings that you'd like to hear us talk about or that you liked in the past?
Hmm.
There's a good question. Ah, thought provoking. Uh-huh.
Hi, Lily.
I'm not a morning person.
So just about anything goes, right? It's like whatever these crazy women are talking about.
Yeah, normally when I pop in Carlos, it's because I'm like on my way to bed. I'm more of a night owl.
Hmm.
I get you guys toward the end of my day.
Okay. Okay. That's a good
What
one.
do
That
you enjoy? What do you enjoy the panel guests? Do you enjoy, hearing us joke around, laughing? Do you enjoy Pam's her story? She always has a story when she comes up.
Honestly, Carla, I haven't talked a whole lot in your room. I lurked like 90% of the time, and I'll be honest with you, it was simply just to keep up on all the crap that was going on. There was so much of the drama going on, and I mean, it's almost impossible to keep up with it unless you
Tucker.
listen to all these different streams and piece it all together. And then I actually grew to like really listen to you. I think Misdemeanor is a very intelligent, deep, thoughtful person. And I
I'm
just
really not.
really grew to like you guys over just coming in and keeping up with the drama and what's going on. That
I
I grew to
really, she
actually
got
like you. Straight
She
back
got
on.
pulled into the drama because of me, and I'm really sorry about that. I
No, it's
feel
okay.
bad.
It's
Hey,
a
Samara.
marathon. It's a
And,
marathon.
but she's told me over and over again, and like I'll sneak. I'll be on a phone call with her, and she'll say, "Don't you dare go over there on that panel." And I'll sneak. All of a sudden, I'm not there, and she'll go, "God damn it, she's on that panel!" And she's like, "I can't believe she's there when I told her not to go there."
She's kind of like
Then I hear
nailing
about it.
Jello to a wall,
Oh,
you
do I
know?
hear about it? Oh, do I hear about it? Oh boy, do I hear about it? Yeah.
Lily, I agree. If everybody could just remember, please pray for Science Girl and her
Yes.
family.
Yes.
She lost
Please.
her brother last night to absolutely something we talk
Devastating.
about and have to talk about way too much on this media, and that's drug addiction. And
Yes.
it's just tragic that we can't seem to get a better hold on that in this country and help more people. It breaks my heart.
I
I'm
know.
Just
yeah, I'm dealing my son is in recovery right now. So when I heard that she had lost her brother, my heart just broke for her because, you know, it's something, even though he's in recovery right now, it's something that I I think about every day. Well, because I hear about all these like stories about people relapsing. So I think about that, uh, and it's heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking, and I don't even have words. I sent her my condolences privately this morning, and sure she'll see it eventually, but my heart is broken for her. It really, really is, and
I think
mm, I'm
I
just
think for all of us it is. And I know
yeah.
I put mine in Diane's chat for her, but just for me personally, yesterday was a pretty bad day for me because I lost my dad on July 17th. Although it was in 1997, it's been many years.
Mhm.
That is the
yeah.
one day of the year that's very hard for me. And
Oh,
so
honey.
I
Oh,
thought I was got through my day pretty good considering. And then when I heard that news, it like my heart extra broke for her.
oh, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah. Hi, the glamorous life.
You're in my prayers too. It's hard. My
Yes,
dad.
Science girl lost her brother
Mhm.
yesterday, and we're all sending our deepest. I mean, if you're watching this, I doubt she is. She's probably, got more important things. But, if you do see this, Alicia, my heart and prayers go out to you and your family.
Yeah.
It's just
And
horrible.
you too, honey boo boo. My dad died in 1983. And every year I get a phone call in April from my mom saying, "That son of a bitch." I'm like, "I know, mom." Just lamenting all the things that he's missed out on since then. And
Hey,
it
Charlie
doesn't
girl.
doesn't get it doesn't ever go away. It just gets different. It doesn't get easier, just different, you know.
Yeah.
But it's
Right.
always
But
there.
even my dad passed away like the day after Christmas. So some years it's okay for me, but some years it's just like, I just almost can't, I don't want to put up a tree, and it's been over 20 years since he passed away. Some years I
Mhm.
just don't want to celebrate Christmas. We have to because we have young'uns,
Mhm.
grandchildren, but sometimes your heart just isn't in it because you think about your
Yeah.
family.
Mhm.
And that's what's important. That's what we got to think about on here. I think more about how, you know, how real life is so much more important and our families are so much more important than you know, this nonsense of, drama and
Really, Galway?
what?
Her dad passed away in 83 too, so that's going to be another 4 a.m. conversation.
Oh
Count
my
on it,
goodness.
baby. I'll see you in the middle of the night.
HTT. What's that? YouTube Lurkers Logic. Join the girls.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
what's
Looker's
that?
Logic is wonderful.
Yeah,
I'm not
check
sure.
them out.
I'm not sure what that is.
It's what is her channel based?
It's
Somebody help me describe it.
it's Aratria and Speak Truth with Love,
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
and yeah, they do a great job on it. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
yeah, very
I
chill,
think,
laid back, open, deep thought. It's great.
oh,
yeah.
oh, I'll have to go there and sub.
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, and these are another good thing about this channel is the promotion of other channels that are an alternative to the really nasty drama stuff, to
Right.
go and
I
enjoy
don't,
and learn some new things and participate.
yeah.
Yeah, Aratria is like one of the most welcoming, accepting everyone. Just come in and be cool and be chill, and everybody is welcome. You'll have a great time.
And that's what we need on here. We really do need more channels like that. Like, I want, and that's kind of what I want in here. And even if we don't agree on everything, like, I think it's all right to have a good debate. I think debating is good. Like, that's how you learn. If you don't have the same opinion as someone else, and it doesn't have to come down to fisticuffs. You
Mhm.
know what I
Right.
mean? It doesn't have to come down to because I'm right and you're wrong. Because your opinion is your opinion. No one's opinion is wrong. It's your opinion. You know what I mean? And I want people to be comfortable in voicing their opinion in here. So that's another
Yeah.
thing I wanted. Is there any other questions in here, or does anybody want to come up and talk? Or
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop down. I just wanted to
uh,
actually just come up and say hi
oh, you could
really
stay
quick.
up if you want. I'm not kicking you off by no means. I'm just saying, like, I can have 10 people up here. So
Right, right.
yeah, so
Thank
stay.
you for coming up.
I
I do
enjoyed
have to
having
go.
you.
I have to go anyway, but I did actually just want to come up and say hello. I listened
Oh,
to it like once or twice before, but it just wasn't the right time in the morning that I had been there. So this just happened to be the right time that I could come up real quick and say hello.
I'm thrilled that you did, and
Yeah, me too.
we'll do it again.
Okay, I'll
Absolutely.
see
We'll
you
drag
guys.
you back up here.
Yes, we will. We have a bad habit of dragging people in.
Yeah.
People once they've been up. Keith, I think, has been up a couple of times, and now he's got the
He's got the
he
bug.
comes up. Yeah, he's got the panel bug.
He's a panel whore. Don't tell him I said that. Shh.
Yeah,
Shut up, panel whore.
he's fun though.
Serendipity, get your butt up here.
Okay, bye, ladies. See you in the chat.
Have a
Okay,
good
bye.
day, sweetie.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really appreciate
Sarah.
talking to her. That was cool. Twanda, you come up too. Come on.
Not right.
Twanda's here. She can come up.
Because I want to talk about Sarah in a panel because she's going to be fantastic. You've got to do a panel or a lives. And that's another thing too, is promoting,
Other
new and
people.
upcoming. Yeah, the new and upcoming channels, people that are just starting out and getting people involved in them because, the more that we do that, the more that we grow new channels, the more that we change our world on YouTube, and get behind people who have great messages, great content to put out.
Oh, and Serendipity has a
Well,
wonderful channel.
she's freaking awesome about
Oh, I
anything she
love her.
does.
And
Mhm.
here's the thing about Serendipity.
Hey, Charlie girl.
She's very low key. Like even when she's upset, she's got this voice that is it's just like yours, very calm. She's just. I mean, she's awesome.
She
I
can
love
tell you
her
to go to hell and make you enjoy the trip.
and make you enjoy the
Just
trip.
saying.
Exactly, exactly.
She
And I
doesn't do
love
that often,
that about
but if
her.
she has to.
But yeah, I get up here, you minx. So I don't know if you guys get a chance after this, go back and listen to my little sermon that I
Mhm.
recorded earlier and count how many times I said moving forward. I think I said it about 10 times moving forward. Like I went back and listened to it. I'm like, how many times did I say that damn thing? Instead about, but I really do. And I really would like if you want to put in the comments what you think what you don't want to see or what you do want to see, and because everybody's opinion is good.
It is.
It's important. It's after all, I mean, I consider this your all's channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's got my name on it, but it's really for, if I didn't have you all, I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't
Hey,
have
Ken Tackett.
a channel.
Thank you. Next. That's so
Hey,
sweet to read that.
Morning, lady. Oh, it's not morning.
Oh,
No,
Hi,
see?
afternoon.
No, it's afternoon. 4:10 in the afternoon. How are
I don't
you?
know. I got a phone call pretty early this morning.
No, you did not. Who would do such a thing?
I
Oh
have
my
no
goodness.
idea.
You give me the name privately and I'll whip her ass.
Okay. No problem. Carla, you know what? Just be you. Just be you. Yeah, but stop going on other people's panels, please. Because
Oh, that's you're not going to see me on any panel that I will go on if it's fun, it's light, it's going to be something about like a game or something like that.
oh good.
Like yeah, like that Diana Brienne Fairchild that came in here. She has a channel. It's called From Grandma's Porch.
Yeah, I just
Oh.
her link.
And
I'm
she's going live at
good.
10 p.m. tonight, and she invited me to
Hey,
go
Miss
there.
Behavin'.
I must behave, and she invited me to go over there. But her channel is so chill and she always does these short inspirational messages, and she's just a sweetheart. She jogs 5 miles every day, every morning. She jogs 5 miles. She's going to college to be an attorney. She's 62 years old, 63, I think. She's 63 years old. She's amazing. She's amazing. She's just a nice lady. So you will see me on a panel like that, but not on one where I'm, no more drama. No more.
Right.
No more.
Right.
But there's going to be drama. There's going to be drama where
Little
you
tomatoes.
can't avoid it in this community.
Little
But
tomatoes.
yeah, throw tomatoes, because there's going to be somebody that comes up on your panel and goes, "Well, I'm pissed off at." That's not you saying it though, Carla. Let them go ahead and
Get it out of their system.
Yeah. Well, I think how I'm going to handle that is just mute myself and let them speak.
Uh-huh.
Because everybody needs a voice, and especially a subscriber that comes up, because sometimes they just feel like they're not being heard. And sometimes
if a creator comes up and starts stuff, just say, will you do me a favor? I think you need to take it to your channel because I don't want to have to deal with this.
Right.
Yeah. Because the backlash will always come back on whoever.
Yes. Yeah, because they're going to say, you allowed them to do that on your panel.
Yeah.
How dare you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So just
exactly.
say, let's not be talking about this here.
Just go, we're not doing
got
that.
that mute button.
About Smokey. I would love talking about Smokey.
Let's talk about Smokey, shall we?
Smokey, I've been bugging him for the last, I think, 3 weeks now to do that thing where he goes to the Dollar General and we pick out things for him to do and do the challenge. And,
but you know what? You guys need to do safe things because it has cost me money to get him not to do safe things.
It's not going to be anything.
Not to do it.
It's not going to be anything harmful, and he has the right to refuse to do something that, like, if someone told him to drink a bottle of bleach, that ain't going to happen.
Oh no, okay,
what I
eat
mean?
a Tide
Just like
Pod.
fun things like shave your legs or toenails,
wax. Get a wax removal kit and take off the hair on your nipples. That'd be a good one.
Thank you, Mandy. Mandy, Mixed Media Queen. I love her.
Mandy's amazing.
There's another one. She's got the most awesome channel. She makes these little trinkets. She does it. She's very creative. She does
tons of crafts.
She does crafts. Yeah, she does paranormal stuff, and no drama on her channel. None.
Right.
So,
it's just fun to listen to and talk to. She's
I love her.
Wonderful.
It's love.
Yep. I agree. Smell his belly button, and he did.
Oh, stop that.
What does it smell like, Smokey? Huh? Tell
What
us
did
what
he
it smelled
say? What
like.
did he say?
Get up here.
Yeah, Smokey, I threw the link down like 15 times. No, Smokey, I'm not trying to take anything away from you with the sub things, but sometimes in the morning, some of the sub will want to come up and just hang out with us. Sometimes it's just about hanging out with us, because
Yeah.
we'll just have a bunch of people up here. And one time we were just all telling jokes, or another time we were talking about, the weirdest date we ever had, or, the strangest date we ever had, or the most funniest, just different things. That's all, I meant. I'm not ever going to take your idea. No, I wouldn't do that.
Carla's worst date takes the cake. I have to say,
God.
I've not heard one to top that.
Anyone want to hear my worst date ever? Press 1 in the
Yes.
chat, and I'll tell you.
Oh,
My worst date. My
drive-in
worst
one?
date.
Oh, that was pretty bad.
Drive-in one?
My
Yes.
worst date.
The drive-in
The
date.
drive-in date. Yeah.
Carla,
I would be on.
When that happened, I asked myself, Carla, you should have just said, I have diarrhea. I need to go home.
I'm sorry.
Had my parents known that I got into the trunk of a stranger's car, they would have said, "Are you out of your flipping mind?"
You'd say,
With
well,
people
yes,
that I didn't
indeed
know.
I am.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Although, I have snuck into a drive-in a time or two in the trunk.
But it wasn't your
Oh my
first
God.
date with a bunch of
We drove-
strangers.
No, it
But we
wasn't my
drove
first
all
date.
the way. We drove all the way from my house to the drive-in. It could have been, back
Get in the trunk, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Yeah.
Well, we did it because we were cheap,
Well,
It wasn't
my
because we
date,
didn't have the money. We were
obviously
cheap.
my date was too. He didn't have the money, and to top it all off, I had to pitch in.
You had to pitch in
to pay for it because they didn't have enough. Nobody had enough money to go. Not even one person
Take
had
care, honey,
enough
boo
money.
boo.
We all had to pitch in.
Yes, catch it. They do
crazy.
still have drive-in theaters, I believe, and we went to the ones in Missouri, and they were wonderful.
Here in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
We have one here.
I hope they do. I think that I love drive-ins. They're just, because we have an SUV, we put blankets and pillows in the back, and we back in and then open the back of it and watch the movie. And if there's mosquitoes or whatever, we can just leave it closed and watch through the window because you hear through the speakers in the car.
Oh yeah, hell
It's
yes.
wonderful.
When we were teenagers, we put a mattress in the back of the pickup truck.
Oh
hit
yeah.
the beer, hit
Yep.
the beer.
Yep. That's right. Put it underneath a couple blankets.
You know what we were talking about? We were talking about the other day, like how kids are so, protected these days. Like when I was growing up, and someone else on the thing, we could sit in the back of a truck and we would drive around in the country. We never wore seat belts. My parents, I think my parents wanted us dead or something because we never wore helmets on our bikes. I would ride my bike with no hands. You don't realize how many times I fell off my bike. I mean, it was crazy. Like we were not protected like kids are nowadays.
If I had a dime for every time I heard "walk it off," suck it up.
Go put a band-aid on it. You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
But did you die?
Never hurt anybody.
Hi, babe, beauty. Sitting in a baseball field since 7:30. I know.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Goodness, really?
I love you, babe beauty. How are you, honey? I miss the kids' baseball days. Actually, I was gonna hijack a bunch of kids in a field behind us. Not too long ago.
Just across the street.
I wasn't gonna literally take them off the baseball field. I was gonna go sit in the stands and pretend like I was related to them, just so nobody would think I was a weirdo and kick me off the field. Because I miss it so much. I was telling Tawanda earlier.
Let the kids play here. They won't let the kids play here.
Really?
No.
Oh my word.
Not yet. No.
I was telling Tawanda earlier. She was talking about her playing softball and her grandbaby and all this. And I said, my daughter was a catcher because she couldn't run. She ran like a spastic ostrich, not even kidding. And so we had to teach her how to hit really well. And then she couldn't really field either. So she was catcher. And every time a batter would come up to bat, she'd be down there behind that plate going, "Girl, your boyfriend kisses so good. He is so, he was awesome last night." And the ump would start laughing and she'd strike them out every time because they're listening to her and not focusing on the pitch. And it was hysterical. He's like, "You can't do that." She's okay, yes, sir, yes, sir. I won't do it. Next one come up, she'd start something else. I was like, oh, damn. That's so my daughter.
Mandy says, "Oh gosh, I just showed my scars on my knees from skating when I was younger. I ate pavement one too many times." I know. Like we were not, I mean, we never had to wear, when I was young, we never had to wear helmets or elbow pads or knee pads. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just wasn't required. We didn't even wear seatbelts, to be honest with you. At least I don't remember wearing seatbelts.
Girl, no, I rode up in the back, underneath the window where the speakers are. I get up there and ride. Nobody pulled us over. I think our parents were secretly hoping that we'd like hit our head and it would knock some sense into
Well,
us.
I think Jenna was on panel and saying she used to ride in the back of a truck. And
we used to all the time.
When I went to my uncle's, my uncle had a farm, and we always rode in the back of the truck. I mean, they were all dirt roads there. We could have gone flying off, but I don't know. We were never scared.
But did you die? No, you did not.
No, we didn't. We actually survived, and I don't know how, because nowadays kids are bully-ified, and they're
right.
They are like and we didn't even think about allergies or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like now it seems like more kids have allergies, and I don't know why.
Nobody can eat peanuts anymore.
No.
Peanuts are great. Yeah. Could you see yourself getting a bottled Coke and putting peanuts in it and that being acceptable to anyone on the planet at this stage? No.
But kids have entertainment in front of they have a babysitter in a box, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. And, a lot of them just hang out playing games or being on YouTube.
Well, our worst punishment when I was a kid was to have to stay inside. The worst punishment for a kid now is to have to go outside and get away from their devices. You know what I mean? Like if you make them go outside and play, they can't wait to get back in and play with their, their whatever device they have.
I can remember saying, "Mom, come on, 30 more minutes." No.
Yeah, I want to go outside. We're playing hide and seek. We used to love to play hide and seek when I was a kid. Because we lived close to woods, and we would be, remember, playing hide and seek, playing tag. I mean, playing until it was dark out. We were allowed to stay out until it was dark out. What in hell are you doing?
Nothing. That's Tawanda. Tawanda, God. You're so freaking noisy.
She is the noisiest. I swear to God, Miss Cleaner is the loudest person on YouTube. I swear to God.
Well, listen to this. Okay. I feel better now.
She's eating chips. Oh, she's eating peanuts.
I took the tin foil off of the brownies. You put way too much.
She's eating a brownie. Where's my piece?
You're right here. Come get it.
One of those things where you need to build a tolerance. I could be making that up.
What do you mean, where's my piece? Where's my key lime pie, heifer? You ate it all, didn't you? Admit it.
Who, me?
Go ahead. Yeah, you.
I did eat it all.
Oh, my God, I hate you.
No, I didn't actually. My husband helped me. Actually, he ate the last damn piece. And I was like craving the last piece. I thought, there's one more piece left. There's one more piece left. I went downstairs to get one more piece.
There's no more piece left.
He ate the last piece. I was pissed. It was so good. It was so good.
I'm on his side because I didn't get any.
No, it was good.
I'm on his team.
So good.
You hateful wench. Sat there and bragged about it all day long.
I'm on the phone with Misdemeanor, and I'm saying, please remind me what did I say? To put my oven mitts on when I take my pie out of the oven.
Mm-hmm.
What? I said, yeah, because last time I made something in the oven, I forgot to put my oven mitts on.
What?
Yeah, she
That
told
kind
me.
of burns. Yeah, because I'm dumb. I'm crazy. Like, I'm dumb. I'm in it.
I
Mhm.
I have no words for that, Carla. Were you preoccupied?
Somebody's on my side.
Oh, with
Were you-
misdemeanor, I say, please remind me when I say I have to get it out of the oven. So remind me that it's hot. She's like, you don't know that already? Well,
Please
yeah,
remind me to put my oven mitts on. I'm like, what?
yeah,
What did
please
you just
remind
say,
me to put my
Oh,
oven mitts
Lord.
on.
Oh
I
Lord.
played that
little
too.
weirdo?
Dodgeball. Oh, we played badminton in our backyard. We played uh, tag. We played
Kickball,
hide and seek. And then when I got a
dodgeball.
little older, we went to bush parties and drank homemade wine and got sick, projectile vomited, and no angel. Yeah.
And all without a helmet.
The whole point of going to a bush party was to get drunk. So
Wait, what's a bush party?
Pixie.
when you go in the woods, and you have a little fire and all sit around. It's pitch black
Get
out.
drunk and make out,
Get
right?
drunk and make out. Yeah, of course. I'm a slut.
Maybe that's what we need. A slut. And yet you don't swallow. So there's
That was
that.
the funnest thing. And the worst part was like you having a curfew. It was like you got to be home by 11 on the weekends. Oh God. It just started. It would just start to get fun. And of course, I would always stay past my curfew and I would always be grounded because my stupid sister would squeal
Rat you
on
out.
because my parents would be in bed. I'd get home and she'd go, I'm telling, I'm going to tell. And she did. And I would get grounded.
I'd have to beat her up in her sleep.
Oh, my sister, she was so horrible. She was a favorite one. So anything she said, they believed. So I couldn't even like lie because no matter what, she was an angel and I was the devil. Kind of like on
Oh,
YouTube.
you were the devil child too. I was.
Yes, I was the devil child. I was.
See, I wasn't. My sister evidently was, and I didn't know about it because I would have exploited it, except she exploited me. I was really a good kid. I just didn't always obey, but I
Oh,
was a
we
good
played a
kid.
bottle game night. Yes, Mandy. And what was it, Twister? Do you remember playing Twister when you set out that map or that yeah, spin the bottle. I remember,
Pixie.
my first kiss.
Pixie, I'm
Remember your first kiss? Do you remember your first kiss? You don't swallow.
think I do.
I'm a slut. You don't swallow. I'm a
Yeah.
slut. I don't
You said you
swallow.
were a slut, and I said, but you don't
Spitter.
swallow.
I am a spitter. I have always been very, very open about that.
We need to do your merch and make a T-shirt or a hoodie that says, "I'm a spitter," with a picture of a cartoon character face, really cute little face, sipping a coffee and then spitting it out. Right?
Yeah.
I'm a
Go do
spitter.
it. And then
Don't-
underneath it says, sorry, not sorry.
People try to say it like Carla all the time.
Sorry, not sorry.
I know.
I made my husband listen to it the other day. I said, Carla, say sorry, not sorry to him. He's like, well, she's Canadian. I love Canadians. I'm like, no, she's not. She's like, I kind of am. I slept with one once.
That makes you Canadian.
You're an honorary Canadian. So apparently, if you want to be Canadian, all you have to do is go sleep with one. Just
There you
saying.
go. There you go. Then, women can develop allergies to things pretty well overnight. Really, Christy? Oh my goodness.
Unless you spit them out. Just saying. So when he looks at you and goes, why did you do that? Well, I don't want to be allergic. Soy, not soy. Oh, that's cute.
Sorry,
Soy,
not
not
sorry.
soy. That's soy.
Soy,
Like soy.
not soy. Oh my God.
Mandy, that's awesome.
Okay, come on up. Mandy's got to come up.
Come here, Mandy.
She's been up a couple times. She's got all. I want her to come up and talk about her channel. She does, Wanda. She does like some paranormal stuff. She has these like EVP sessions she has and stuff. It's really interesting. Of course, me having my ghost in my house.
Mandy, have you
walks
listened
around.
to our kind of EVP? Not really EVP, but sort of.
Well, I
EVP?
think that your ghost maybe is just trying to. It doesn't seem like it tries to hurt you, though, right?
No, it's a panel whore.
No.
It just wants to be on the panel.
Yeah,
Let's not bark and say we did.
it's it mostly started with footsteps, and I still hear the footsteps. It's an ongoing thing.
Toilet flushing.
Toilet flushing, the mystery toilet. That might be pipes, though. I'm thinking that
Maybe your ghost has diarrhea.
that's
Is your ghost named Tracy?
you know what? You know what the weird thing is? Is it's all times a day. It's like in the morning, sometimes it's at night. And the weirdest things that have happened were the books being pulled out of the shelf, the door opening and closing. What else? What else did
The
I
blanket on the floor.
blanket on the floor in the spare
Oh, the
room?
missing sage.
The missing sage, and I've never found it. That's still missing.
Mhm.
I don't know where that is. It just never showed up. I've never found it. It's like weird. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Because someone told me to go buy sage and burn sage because it cleanses your house.
I know, but don't you though when you do that sage, don't you have to like know what you're doing?
I think you do.
No.
You do. Obviously, I
Don't laugh
think
at
you do
me.
because they keep missing, and I have never
I mean,
found
because
it.
my luck, I would burn the sage and I'd probably walk away, and next thing I know, the fire department would be there.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
either that or
Ew.
every demon from the pit of hell would show up and go, heard there's a party, man.
Well, I had some like empath or something on here, and I took my laptop upstairs and I showed them this mirror that I had gotten at an estate sale. And the first thing she said when she saw it was, "Take that freaking mirror down," because I get a really bad feeling from it.
And Carla was like, but I got it from an estate sale. She said, that's my point. Get it out.
And I didn't take it down right away. And then another one, I was on another panel, and she said, "Well, let me see what they were talking about." So I took it upstairs, and she goes, "Oh, no, you got to take that down. You got to take that down." So I took it down, covered it up. She said, "You have to cover it up." But now I don't know what to do with it. It's in a room upstairs, all covered up with a sheet. And but I don't know. Since I did that, it hasn't been as bad around here.
Yes, it
Maybe
has.
you should.
They carried on a
regift it.
conversation with me
Well,
on the
I
phone.
carried on it,
Gift
well,
it
but
to
I didn't
somebody.
hear it until the playback. It was so weird. It was so
I
weird.
heard it. And then you left me and
Weird.
Eagle up there to die on the phone by ourselves. We could have been murdered.
We're safe in your
I heard you
house.
say that.
I was terrified.
Oh my God. It was like they were actually talking
To
and they
me.
were asking this thing questions, whatever it was.
It was more than one. It was 5. Just saying.
Yeah, they were.
They said 5.
Mandy, is that you?
Huh?
That's her. Yep, that's her. Hi,
Yay,
Mandy.
Mandy. Come take up for me, Mandy,
Hi.
please.
I love her picture.
I'm being tortured by ghosts that belong to Carla. I didn't ask for this shit, yet here they are. And then she leaves me upstairs with Eagle on the phone to die. So I just started talking to them. They started answering me, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Well, can you take that? Can you take that mirror and regift it to somebody like
Laura.
ex-husband?
The mirror that I'm afraid of. The thing with the mirror, when they told me to take it down and cover it, I don't want to give it to someone and give them my problems, whatever I.
LaDonna says,
here.
is there a closet under your stairs?
Where, upstairs or in the basement?
No, under your stairs. Oh, I don't know.
In the basement there is, not here.
Go look in the basement closet right now.
I'm not going down there.
Come, we're all going with you.
Oh,
We're all going with you.
why?
Because that's where the sage is.
Who said that?
Ah,
LaDonna,
Madonna.
Okay, hang
do
on.
it. Take us with you. Because we can protect you.
I
Yes,
don't
bring
know.
the camera.
Should I Should I turn it on? It's so dark down there.
Should
And
I turn it on?
Take a flashlight.
It's a mess. I don't know where the flashlights are. My husband does all that.
I swear to God, if
Okay.
that sage is in there, little Donna, I'm going to pee my pants.
I am going to too because
Me too.
this thing is really heavy.
What? The laptop?
My basement is really a mess, guys.
No one cares. We just care about the ghost
Everybody's
and the sage.
basement's a mess. You got to see mine.
Oh no,
why-
this is really bad. This is bad. Like, look, this is terrible.
Puh, we don't care.
This is. There's no sage under here, guys, and I'm not going under there. We found snakes down here before.
Shut up. Are you sure? Is there a closet underneath the upstairs stairs?
I didn't want to go. No, there's not. Actually,
Damn.
there's not.
Okay, so make your husband
Freaking
go under
mess down
there
there, guys.
and look.
Christy said, make the
Huh?
ghost help clean.
What?
Eagle goes, you're on your own. You know,
Uh-oh.
come,
What happened to me?
Oh, that's a real friend.
where'd she
No,
go?
there was no. There's no way.
I don't know where she went. Maybe she.
Who?
Maybe we.
Oh,
I
she's here.
never heard her talk. Did you guys?
She's here. She's here. She came back.
She's here.
No, I
Okay.
didn't.
Yay.
Sorry.
Oh, thank God. I'm so glad you're back.
I booted myself. I hit
I
the
left
wrong
her
button.
downstairs.
I thought
I left her
Carla
downstairs.
left you in the closet or something.
I was hiding.
People under the stairs.
I was trying to find out where your sage was. Okay, I was trying to ask them. They didn't want to tell me, so here I am.
Okay. So they don't want you to do it. That's the thing. And they're being shit.
I have
She's-
not found my sage since since I didn't know it was missing until I was going to show everybody what these sage things look like on a live stream one morning. And I went to get my candles, and my sage was on top of my candles when I put it away, and I couldn't find it. And I looked and I looked and I looked, and it wasn't there. And I haven't been able to find it since. So I don't know where it went. It just disappeared. It's like it evaporated. It's really crazy.
Carla's the only chick, maybe Eagle see him too, that's seen my husband in his bathrobe. Now he's burping and you can hear him. Because that's really classy on a freaking live. Stop.
You gotta love him.
Men.
My husband does that all the time. He'll walk in my craft room and
How
just
are you,
burp or
Mandy?
fart. I'm like, seriously?
Do what?
My husband will not go. He's like, if you're live, like he'll say, he's really sarcastic too. Are you going live? Are you going live? he's like, I don't understand that whole YouTube thing. I really don't. I don't get
We
it.
don't either. We don't either. Clearly.
I don't get it either.
So isn't it intelligent haunting if you can throw a sheet over the object that they're using to come into this plane and they can't figure out how to get around it? That can't be an intelligent haunting. I mean, it's a sheet. You can move it, right? Just saying.
What are you talking about now?
With the mirror.
Well, I put
So-
a whole sheet. They said to
Doesn't
cover
get
it.
my joke. I was joking. It's not an intelligent
What?
haunting if they can't figure their way around the sheet. They're not very intelligent. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Oh God. No, they just told me to put a sheet on it. Now, what am I supposed to do with it now? I don't know what to do with it. My husband loves that mirror. He wants it back up. He does, and I don't want it back up.
Hang
now.
it over his side of the bed, facing down toward him, so they could just jump in and land right on him. That's
So
what I
what
do.
are you supposed to do with this mirror if it has this porthole? What
I
are
have
you
no
supposed to do
idea.
with it?
I don't know.
That's a
That's
Mandy
okay.
question.
I can't give
Mandy,
it
what is
away.
she supposed to do with the mirror?
Why would I want to give it away if it has like something attached to it? Like,
If you really like the person,
yeah, if you really don't like the person, maybe here's my problems. They're now yours. You know?
I
Oh,
honestly,
horrible.
I'm not for sure what you're supposed to do with them. I've heard different things, so I don't want to tell you wrong. I would not suggest to give it to anybody unless they knew what they were doing with it.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard it like if something is haunted that you can bury it or you can't burn it. Like that's the worst thing to do.
Or break it.
Right.
No.
No,
Would it
you're
be
not
safe
supposed to break
if
it.
you took it to a church, donated it to a church?
It would have to be a church that knew what they were doing. Like it would have to be somebody who knew how to cleanse things like that.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why when people say, well, just give it away. Well, if and
I have a list. I
I'm
have
just
a
telling
list
you
of people you can send it
I'm
to.
telling you, 2 people told me to take it down. Now everybody's saying, "Oh, give it away, give it away." But
Don't give it
how would
away.
you
You could
feel
do
if
a
you gave it
YouTube
away?
giveaway.
God damn, I'm muting her.
You can,
I'm muting her right now. She's muted. She thinks it's funny.
listen, for your 2,000 members or subs, you could do a giveaway.
Giveaway. Here's a mirror and 3 bundles of sage. If I can, like,
Good,
the
good
next
luck
time.
and God bless.
Did you hear what Eagle just said? Or put it
No.
in the corner of the sheet and at least say peekaboo.
Listen,
Oh Lord.
There's actually some different channels that I've watched on here that are paranormal channels that they would love to have that mirror. Like no joke.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
maybe you could do that then, Carla.
Maybe I'll talk to somebody then. Maybe I'll find them and say, this is what people told me to do. They saw this. It's 2 different people, like 2 different empaths that saw it. The minute they saw it, said, take that thing down, get rid of it, blah, blah, blah. And so I took it down. Like the first time I didn't, but the second time she told me to, as soon as she saw it, I said, oh no, I'm taking it down. My husband said, what in hell are you doing? I said, I'm taking that. He said, I like that. I said, yeah, well, I did too, but apparently it's not really good. So it's down, it's covered, and I don't know what to do with it now. So
I mean, there's been even channels on here that I've watched that they go on the dark web, which I have no idea how they do that, but they do. And they buy haunted boxes. And they're called
those divot boxes or whatever
yes,
they're called.
yes.
Those
And
are
they're covered
creepy.
in wax. Yes. And you have no idea what's going to pop out when you open that up. Like, why in the heck would you buy something like that?
Like, what's his name has one of those on his show with his haunted museum or whatever. Yeah, and he gets people there like, don't even look at it, don't touch it. I'm like, then why do you have it? Bury it or something. I don't know. Put it at sea or something. Creepy.
I would just never buy one. I don't know.
I don't think I would ever buy a
somebody.
haunted box.
We need to give it to a haunted person on here that wants it, and then tell them to do whatever they're going to do with it, and put it on live, and we can all watch it.
That's a really good idea.
That's not a bad idea, Carla.
What's that?
You could have like a dual live going or whatever, and then find somebody who really wants to do it and do something with it, work with it, and find out what's in it, what it's actually doing, and in a paranormal way, and then do like a dual live, like a collaborative live, and then have them do whatever they're going to do with it, and then stream your live with it and see what they do and what they find out about it.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, really.
That's a really good idea.
So send it to Mandy. Great. What's your address, Mandy? If you could just put it out there on the internet, we can dox you.
555
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
8675309.
That's right. That's my
over
phone
yonder.
number. How'd you know my phone number? Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Too many bathroom bowls, I guess.
Here's the thing that happened the night that with the voices on the tape, Mandy. I wasn't hearing anything. Nothing. And they kept saying, "Do you hear that?" I mean, God.
No, I think it was more along the lines of, "Fuck, Eagle."
And
she's like, "You heard that too?" Yeah.
I heard you play a little piece of that, and it was hard to hear it. Like, if you would upload it, I think it would be more clear, because playing it through your microphone, it distorts it pretty bad. Yeah. But
well, actually, it wasn't. That's not the one. It was another one. It was after that one. and it was
Yeah.
a lot different than that one I played on your live stream.
Yeah.
I could probably play it. I don't know.
Because yours sounded like.
I have to get Eagles and Misdemeanors permission to play it because they were on that. It's up to you guys. Do you want me to play it or not?
And Eagle
I don't
has my
care.
email address.
What are they
Oh
gonna
my
do, strike
gosh,
now?
I'm
Oh, you
leaving.
812@usuck.com.
Lord.
Oh,
But no,
everybody knows me.
it sounds like a dog is barking all the time on the tape.
Yes.
No, are you guys? That sounded like. Please tell me, ghost. It sounded like.
I'll talk too much.
What
It's
is
me.
it? Victim or something. Live on YouTube.
See, it sounds like dogs barking. You can't hear it.
But I could.
Look,
It sounds like a dog barking to me.
yeah,
You know what?
you really
Yeah,
can't
and it's
hear what
just-
it's
it's-
saying.
I don't have a
No,
dog.
it's very distorted. That's why I said, like, if you upload it so that it's the more clear, you know, then we might be able to hear it a little bit better.
Are you? Yeah.
It was sent to me in an email because I never heard any of this.
I'll be right back. Oh, can you believe us up here with the ghost? Fuck you. Take it.
Fuck you.
That's what we're saying. Okay, it'll just come through our phones and kill us. Well, we're not here with your bag. Go on. You don't hear
Oh my
that.
goodness.
That, and that's fucking. Is it fucking creeping you out? Yeah, it kind of is.
Eagle.
Y'all, since y'all are on this phone talking to us, what's your name?
Now, that was not a dog.
How many of you are there?
That sounds like a dog to me.
5?
We both heard 5.
You there to harm anyone?
Didn't hear anything there.
No.
Yeah. What is your name?
That almost sounded like a little kid saying no.
Peter, did you hear
sounded like
Peter?
Peter.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard Peter.
How old are you?
4?
I don't know. Me, I hear a lot of dog barks, and I just that one word, that Peter.
And there were no dog barks at all.
But no, I don't have a dog.
Oh, yes. Did you see what Jenny's was on? Oh, you need to hear this. Oh my God.
Carla comes back.
And there's another one after this one. I don't know. Okay.
I think you need to
Okay, that's
download
part
both
2.
of them or upload them, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's on my phone, so I don't really have to figure out how to do that.
How do you do that? Turn it off so we can hear those for a minute, because there's not as much clear stuff on that one.
I'll just all stay now. Think of all this stuff. Yes, you understand why. Well, fucking house is loaded up with ghosts. I got some friends who are trying to hunt me down and kill me.
Oh, God.
I just like in general. Listen, you guys, you ghosts, listen to me. Y'all need to chill out for the night because Carl has to rest. Okay.
You need to go to
talking
bed.
you tonight. I'm not going to finish talking to you tonight. We'll talk tomorrow. But you guys need to chill out and back off and let her rest, okay? Thank you.
That almost sounded like he was saying stop us.
Uh-huh.
No, you go.
I
Carla's getting rest. That's it. This is the boundary.
I don't know if I was there at that time. I might have been.
You
I'm
were.
not sure.
You
I
weren't
wasn't.
hearing any of
I
it.
wasn't hearing it.
Y'all get mad.
And my husband was in the next room. He was exercising. He never heard anything either.
Go to bed.
She's telling a ghost to go to bed. That's what I found funny.
I am, Ben.
You're walking. I'm not. Did you hear that? I heard fight. No, we're not fighting. We're going to bed. What if he called it on the name of Jesus? I will. Okay.
Go to bed.
Down that room and go to bed. Leave her alone.
And it quit after I said the name of Jesus. They quit.
It did kind of stop. Yeah.
There's a creepy shit. Stop. Where did it start, guys? When you were playing around and you went to the two screen, before you went to the two screen, it was doing it a little bit. It was like, does you have TV on? Or is it feedback? Or is it all that echo?
Get off me, puppy.
Well, you tell him, Jesus, get out of there. You're going to bed. Tell him, I said.
Tell him.
Whip your ass.
I've had enough.
She's tough when she's in Texas and I'm in Pittsburgh.
I hear that bass in your voice and that foot stomping on the floor.
Yep.
It's bedtime.
Go to bed. I've had enough.
And you know, the weirdest part of that, the whole thing was I heard nothing. My husband was in the room beside me. He heard nothing. And then Eagle was taping it. And then when she sent it to me in an email, that's when I heard it. I didn't hear it.
It was so loud. Eagle and I couldn't even hear each other or Carla at some times.
Heard it. I didn't hear it.
I was like, you hear this, right? And she's like, yeah, hear every bit of it. Did you hear this? Yeah.
It
You
freaked me
couldn't
out
hear
when I
any
heard
of
it
that,
back.
Carla?
Pardon me?
Huh?
You didn't hear any of that on the phone call at all?
Not until she sent it back to me. But not until she
while it was actually happening, she didn't hear any of it.
I thought they were just, trying to make me scared. You know what I mean? You know how friends fool around. I'm like, get out of here. You guys
Right.
are just joking.
And then she goes,
I'm
I'm taping it.
She says, I'm gonna tape that. And then she sends it back to me and I hear it. I'm like, holy cow. But my husband is right feet away from me this whole time. He heard nothing. I heard nothing. And when I hear it back, it sounds like a dog barking to me. It just sounds like a
different.
dog is barking.
You're not hearing exactly what Eagle and I heard.
Like a dog.
Because you could hear a little girl, you could hear a little boy, you could hear a grown woman, you could hear two grown men. There were 5. One man had a higher voice, one man had a lower voice. And you could hear not everything. Some of it sounded like the poltergeist chick in the TV with that weird, kind of haunting sound, that echoey sound. A couple of them had that kind of trailing on their voice, and a couple of them were very, very clear. And
so
distinct.
Were you guys talking on the phone or were you talking?
We were all three.
We were in a three-way call
on cell phones. Everybody had cell phones.
Oh wow!
We were all set on cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's been times when she's been on the live where you can hear it clearly. I mean, if you're on the live and you're listening, you can hear it. You can hear people talking. You're like, what the hell? It's like, yeah, y'all hear that? Yeah, we hear it.
The weirdest thing that happened was when I was on a call with Misdemeanor. No one in the house, nobody here. My husband was at work and upstairs, and I think she heard it. It was like,
well, here's what happened.
Loud.
She was missing. She couldn't find her sage. She had lost her sage, and we were talking about it that morning on the live. And there were 3 sticks of sage. And she goes, I'm going to have to go back and listen because somebody said something about it. Let me go back and listen. And so we're on the phone. She's going back through her live, looking at the chat to see what people had said because there was something she missed. And she said something about the 3 sticks of sage. And it was like 3 hard, wet 3. I was like, holy shit. And that's when you went upstairs and the door was closed and it had been open.
Yeah. And then that one that I was typing, and I think you had someone that debunked that in your chat, Mandy, about when I was trying to type and all
the 6s
come up with 3s. And then, I would try to and then threes and threes, and he debunked that. And then when I went in the private chat, all that would come up was sixes. It was so weird because it was threes and sixes.
He was trying to
no
debunk
matter what I typed.
he tried to debunk what they were hearing too. Just
Yeah.
because he hasn't had an experience with any paranormal. So he looks at things very scientifically, which that's why I thought it would be good to have him up there at the same time, because I fully believe, obviously. So, I'm going to believe everything that I hear, everything that you say, whereas he likes to dispute no matter what it is, but when he does, since he doesn't believe in the paranormal really, he disputes that a little bit more.
And it's never happened to me, like, no matter what, and everybody was asking, why are you keep typing these threes? No matter what, and I wasn't touching the keyboard even, and all these threes were coming up. Like
I remember that.
Remember that?
That was
all
Peter.
These threes were coming up, and I wasn't. I was touching the space bar.
And
I
say something else that's really weird.
So what I had to do was do the voice to text. You know how you hit the speaker? Because every time I touched the keyboard, no matter what I touched on the keyboard, threes and sixes were coming up. It was so weird. I couldn't touch anything on the keyboard that wouldn't come up. And I don't remember what his explanation was for it, but it was just, I couldn't type anything. And then I went into Facebook Messenger with misdemeanor, and all that would come up was sixes. And she's like, what the hell are you doing? And then I had
demonic.
to put the speaker on.
Apparently.
And I said, I'm trying to type, but every time I try to put something up there, it's bringing up sixes. So I said, I didn't want to touch the keyboard. And then all of a sudden it stopped. As fast as it started, it stopped. So
and here's what's really interesting about that. That day that happened, the empath was in here, and she said his name is Peter. Okay. Peter's not all that common a name, I don't think. But then that night when we're talking to these ghosts, and I asked him, what is your name? And he said, y'all heard it, Peter. I was like, okay, is this a jackass that hangs out downstairs and jacks with the computer? Probably.
And here's my husband. My husband's a skeptic, okay? He's a big skeptic. He calls me upstairs one night, and this is when everything was going crazy on here. And he's like, get up here. And I went upstairs, and he goes, have you been smoking? I said, what? Smoking what? Cigarettes. Have you been smoking weed? Cigarettes? Smoking weed. I said, no. He says, are you sure? You promise? Because I have been known to sneak a cigarette here and there. I said, no, honest to God, I haven't. He says, I smell cigarette smoke. It's like someone smoking a cigarette right by me. I said, well, it's not me. It's not me. And someone was telling me like smells. And here's the thing with my dad used to make bacon in the morning. And when my dad's around, I feel like I smell bacon, and I feel like my dad's around me. But he smelled cigarette. And my husband grew up in a house that his mom swore was haunted by a little boy named Patrick.
What was that?
What is that?
My husband just walked into the room. I'm sorry.
Oh.
He had his phone playing.
My husband grew up in a house that his mother swore was haunted by a little boy. She said he had 4 brothers. They used to play with this little boy named Patrick. They grew up with him. But my husband is the biggest skeptic ever. But things happen in here. Like things will go missing. Like his keys. He'll ask me if I moved his tools. He'll ask me, and I swear, I haven't touched. Why am I touching your tools? I'm moving. He'll find them in different spots. He'll go, why did you move it here? And same thing with me. My things will get moved around too. So, you chalk it up to your memory. Okay. It's just, I forgot that I put it there or whatever. Yeah. But it's not, it can't be always that, because now I remember if I open a door, I make sure I know it's open. I remember that it's open. So if it's closed, I know it closed. You know what I mean?
Somebody else closed it. She cornered him one night at the kitchen table. She was, eating dinner. And she's like, no, listen, seriously, we need to talk about this, because you're saying that things go missing. And I'm just telling you, it's not me. And I bought 3 sticks of sage, and I cannot find them. He's like, what's sage? She said, that's my point. This is where they were. She showed him. She said, clearly, they're not here now. You didn't move them. He goes, I didn't even know you put anything there. She goes, that's my point. There's stuff going on. And then he just kind of quit talking about it.
Yeah.
Like he knows something's going on, but he doesn't want
Does
to
he
talk about
believe
it.
you now, Carla?
I think he does.
I don't know, because I said, we sat down on the couch one night and I said, we got to talk. And he goes, what? And I said, I'm kind of like a little freaked out. And I said, I think there's something in this house. And he's like, oh, come on, you know. And I said, no, seriously, think about it. I said, you thought you smelled cigarette smoke. I've been seeing things, the door open by itself. I saw it with my own two eyes. I said, I seen a shadow figure, and I seen that. That was clear as day. I said, the footsteps happen almost daily. I hear footsteps. The three loud knocks on the ceiling when there's nobody home. And then he got really quiet. And I said, things missing. I said, things are missing and we don't know where they're going. And you're telling me that I'm moving things around. I know I'm not. You smelling cigarette smoke. And he got quiet after that. So I think, I think he's been experiencing some stuff, but he doesn't want to tell me, or he doesn't want to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and his mother swore to me that they grew up with this little boy that lived in their house that was named
Where'd you
Patrick,
go?
or that's what they named him. I don't know if that's what his name was his name, but that's what they called him. The boys called him Patrick.
But see, I've
I don't
noticed
know.
an increase in stuff since he brought stuff home from his old home
Mm-hmm.
that she says is haunted.
Yep. That's what his mom swore.
And anytime she gets like overly upset, oh, you can bet it's going to be off the chain. They're just feeding off of her energy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I
think I'd move.
Well, we plan on it, but we're not moving. Yeah, we're not moving for a while. We're not moving for a while. Well, not until he retires. So, like, we got ways in here. I just want to find out what's going on. I would like to know, I feel crazy sometimes. I know people think, oh, yeah, there's no such thing as ghosts or spirits, but I really believe there's something in here.
But didn't you say it didn't start until after you got the mirror?
No, the footsteps have been going on for years. The footsteps I hear have been going on for years. Not daily, but I don't know. I've had the mirror for a while, so I don't know.
Because I'm wondering if it's the item, like if you would move and take the mirror with you, if they would move with you too, or
Right.
if it's in the house, because it depends. They're, like the ghosts that I grew up with, they were attached to the house. So if we would have, when we moved out, we did move out. We moved out one time. My mom was struggling. And so we moved out and got a cheaper place. My aunt moved into our house and the ghost stayed there with her. Like her kids started telling me and my siblings what was going on with them. And I was like, yeah, I know we had the same problems, And then when they moved out and we moved back in, same thing, it started back up. So sometimes it's the house, sometimes it's somebody who's actually with you.
Right. And, I used to be kind of comforted. I always thought, maybe it's my mom, but when it started getting more and more, the activity started like just vamping up. Like, and then when I got the sage, it was like, wow. When I got that sage in this house, it was like, whatever. And this might be in my own mind. It was like that, whatever it is, does not want me to have that sage for some reason. It's gone. I can't find it. I haven't found it. And I don't know where it is. I looked everywhere for it.
I would suggest order another bundle of sage and burn it the day you get it. And Tawanda, you had asked, if you have to know something special when you burn the sage. Not really. All you do is just walk around your house and just, kind of spread the sage throughout. That's what I've seen done. I haven't used sage myself. What I have here in my house, I'm okay with. It's nothing evil or scary. And I think that I have two here, and I think that they're both family members. So that's not a big thing for me. But that's what I've seen done, just going like around the windows, around the doors, make sure you go into each room. One thing that you can do is kind of start like upstairs or downstairs in the basement and work your way through the entire house and end at your front door. And that is supposed to kind of like get them out of your house.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's what someone told me. Either start or I can't remember. Where did she tell you? You were in there, Misdemeanor. She told me where to start because I have
I
3
don't-
floors. Okay, so I guess have to start. I don't know, down in the basement. And then
Or
work
you
my
could
way up.
start at the top and go down to the basement and then open the back door, to
Because
the
I have
outside,
doors that go out, that lead out from my basement.
like a walkout basement.
Yeah, it's a
That's
walk.
what I would do then. I would start up all the way upstairs and work your way all the way downstairs and out the back door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just into your garage. Like make it be
No.
the back doors.
Right.
Or else they're all going to be hanging out in the garage looking for beer. And that's going to be a mess. I just wouldn't advise
Well,
that.
and someone, I think it was you, Mandy, that told me to set up camera or something upstairs.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
And that-
security
Set it up.
cameras.
I really
I got
don't know
'em-
how to do that with my. We have an out. My husband hunts, so he has a camera that's for outside. I don't have. I don't really know how to. I'm not really technically very smart.
I'll tell you what, listen to this, okay? I bought security cameras from Amazon, $98 for 4 of them. They run off of Wi-Fi. All you have to do is plug them in, and they run from your smartphone, so you can watch them on your smartphone. Anytime there's movement, it has a motion detector on it. Anytime there's
It'll come
movement,
on.
it will notify you on your phone with a pop-up notification, and
Okay.
you can go back and review it, and it has night vision.
Okay, will it record? Because this
Yes.
is what I want. If I do that, and I'm going to buy that, I will buy that. I want to have some kind of a record because I'm so tired of like seeing stuff and watching things and seeing stuff happen and not being believed, especially not by people in here, because a lot of people believe in this. My husband, who is like, the biggest skeptic
Right.
ever.
Well, it stores
I
it
know.
on. It'll store it on your. I don't have a computer, so I do everything on my phone. It
Okay.
stores it on my phone,
Mhm.
and for 7 days. And if it's something that I want to keep, then I go back in and I hit the record button, and it records it like a video, like it's kind of like a screen recording thing on my
okay.
phone.
Okay.
And then that way I can save it from there. So, but it only kicks on when there's motion detected or when there's sound, because
Have you
there's a
ever caught
microphone
anything?
too.
Have you ever caught anything?
No, I haven't. But I have mine set up more for security, not for
Okay.
watching for ghosts. So, but it has a microphone on it too. So, like if somebody comes to my front door and I'm not home, it'll notify me and I can speak to them through my camera.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow, you can scare them to death.
That's right.
Get your
Huh.
hands
What do you
on
want?
the package. I'm
What
gonna
you
get
doing,
Well,
homeboy?
I could scare them. Both could scare
Don't
them.
move. Don't make any sudden movements. I have an AK pointed at your head. What do you
Okay.
want?
Set it down and back away slowly.
Yeah, but if you put one in that spare bedroom, I
I'm
think you're
gonna
going to
get
catch
that. I'm
something.
gonna get that. Like, I'm gonna put it. I'm going to.
And,
I'm gonna put it in the spare bedroom.
Granny,
Carla, I'll
Um,
send you a message in private chat real
I
quick.
don't know.
Granny 420
Okay.
asked a question, and she said, "Have you had your house?" Let's see, Carla, have you tried blessing your home as well?
No, I haven't. I
Not a
haven't.
bad idea.
Because before it was just here's the thing with what it was before was just the footsteps, the door opening and closing, but now it's just kind of vamped up to like the voices and stuff like that. So I would really like, yeah, I'd like to know what's, the history of what went on here.
And actually, you want to do
Maybe
the
something
salt
happened here.
after you do the cleansing, if you wanted to like shut things off from
And
outside.
see, someone
But
told
you
me
have to
not
be
to do
careful
that
with
because
salt.
it
Well,
carries ghosts in here
you
because
have
they'll
to be
keep them
careful with
in.
salt. Yeah, you'll trap them actually.
After you sage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do it
Yeah.
after you sage and everything's cleared out of the house.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're stuck with them forever
Right.
and ever
Drop the link
and
for the cameras
ever.
in chat.
You're
I want
scaring
some.
me.
Oh,
Stop.
see, she said drop the link for the cameras in chat. I want some too.
Yeah.
And there's been
Okay.
a lot of people that have come in here. Like Nanya was one that she experienced ghosts in her. Was it her sister's house?
I think so.
I think it was in her sister's house.
She Carla wants to dox
It
me
was
so
just
bad.
what's that?
What weren't you in there, misdemeanor? You little doxer, you.
I'm
Ooh,
trying to
who's it?
find the link right now.
No, I'm picking
Oh.
on Carla. She does it to me all the time.
Oh,
But
I
like
know. I talk to
most
you all the
everybody knows my
I'm
name,
used to
so it's
calling
okay.
you by your name.
I know. Or shithead, whichever. They sound alike. Not really, but
I
okay.
try not to say your name. I try really hard not to say
Tawanda's
your
trying
name.
not to laugh. We don't have a ghost here. We had one in Nashville, and I'm pretty sure it was a Confederate soldier, and he just gave us the creeps. But I mean, he wasn't dangerous or anything. I think he was just kind of lost.
Well, tell Mandy about your mother's story. Was it your mother's story when she was working patients?
Oh yeah, this was cute.
Yeah, that was
Because my
interesting.
mom has always been very spiritual all of her life, and a very godly woman, believes in God and Jesus and all that, and I do too. But she's working in a nursing home, and one of the aides was taking care of one patient. She was in a double occupancy room, but there was no other patient. And so she finishes up and everything, and she tells the patient, I'll see you in a little while. I'm going to go. I'm going to go to sleep or whatever. And she goes, okay, I can't remember what the name was, like Miranda or something like that. She goes, I'm sorry, what? She said, good night, Miranda. She said, but my name is so-and-so. She goes, I know, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Miranda. Well, the girl's mother's name was Miranda, and she had passed away a couple of months before. And so she
Oh,
talked to my
wow.
mom. She told my mom, she went out in the hall. She goes, Miss Margie, are you spiritual? And she goes, well, of course I am. What's going on? She goes, well, and she told her the story. And she goes, well, do you believe that's your mother? And she said, well, I kind of do. And she goes, then you got your answer. I mean, I think your mom just wants you to know that she's around you and that she's watching you and, she's there for you. And she goes, well, I kind of like that. And she goes, well, that's probably why that happened, so that you would know she's there. But it was really cute.
Right.
But you run into a lot of that stuff, and everybody's like, oh, well, they have dementia. Okay, well, how come it's the same? It's a weird name, and it's the same name as her mom who passed away 2 months ago. And she's
Right.
never said that name to anybody before. So, call it dementia all you want, but that's just, I don't believe in circumstance or consequence. I believe that things happen for a reason,
Didn't you say you and your sister
Oh,
saw
God, yeah.
ghosts too?
Well, no, I didn't see the one in Tennessee. I just knew he was there, and I knew he was a Confederate soldier, and he scared the shit out of me. And he probably wasn't trying to be scary. He was just there, but all the same. Now, I did, when I worked in Louisiana, in Lake Charles, I was working for a home health agency that the family had lived in the home. It was over 100 years old, Civil War home. And they lived there, raised their kids there. And as they grew up, they converted it into a business. Well, I'm there late October. It's getting darker earlier, so about 6, 7 o'clock. I was in the office with my boss, and I'm standing in my office. My office is actually in the dining room. What would have been the dining room? She was back around to the kitchen area, and then to my left there was the formal living room, the fireplace, but there were desks in there. But you knew it was originally a living room, and then you would go around the corner from there to the front door. Well, I'm talking to her. We're talking through the walls because she's in the kitchen. And we're just talking about the day and some clients or whatever. And out of the corner of my eye in the living room area, I see a little girl. She's maybe about 4 foot tall, long blonde hair, a little bow, satin bow in her hair, a little white dress. Um, she's carrying a teddy bear and she's walking toward the front door and she's looking straight ahead. Well, I kind of turned my head to look at her. She stopped, she turned, she looked at me, and I could see through her. She was kind of transparent. And then she just turned straight toward the door, her head toward the door, and continued walking forward. And I was like, holy shit, Batman, what was that? So I didn't say anything. Like a week later, I'm at the office getting supplies, and one of my other bosses came in and scared the shit out of me because I didn't think there was anybody in the office. And she came in the supply room and she goes, well, you look like you've seen a ghost. I said, well, now that you mention it, let me just tell you what happened the other night. She goes, oh, that's Emily. I said, okay, well, who's Emily? She said, that was the last little girl who died in this house. It was around the turn of the century. And then shortly after she died, her parents moved away. And we think that she's just kind of lonely, doesn't know where her parents are. And I'm thinking, why don't y'all get somebody in here and move this child on? That's mean if you know she's lost. And it could have been residual, may not have even been an actual haunting, but a lot of people have seen her. And then she brought me a magazine article that they had written about the little girl in that article around Halloween. It's a big story. So that's the only time I've ever actually seen one. Yeah. But I'll walk into rooms all the time and go, ooh, I gotta go.
I've seen shadows, like I saw that big shadow figure. That was a huge shadow. That blocked off my TV. That was the weirdest one I ever saw. And
Ooh.
Mandy, what is the name of the cameras that you're talking about? They're asking about them in chat. Do you know
I'm
the
trying to
names?
I'm trying to find a link to, I don't see the exact ones that I have, but I'm pasting it into the chat right now.
Oh,
Okay.
super. That's great.
I wish my house was haunted. I know, careful what you wish for, right? You do not see dead people, Ems.
Okay, I understand, Mandy. I got
Thank you. Oh, I can't post it. I don't have a wrench. Sorry, just kidding.
you. Oh, can't. What are they called again? How do you buy them? Like they're on.
Here, I'll take the link out and just do the name of it. It's on
Yeah, the name of
Amazon.
it. Yeah, because you can look up anything on Amazon, I think.
Right.
And you can buy anything off Amazon. I know.
Oh my God, I know.
You can. You could buy a date off of Amazon.
You know what? You
Pretty
can
sure.
even buy yarn off Amazon. Like,
Well,
now.
yeah.
Like you can buy everything. They've got everything.
Somebody said that they were buying cow poop to send to somebody the other day.
Cow
I have
poop
lots
off
of free cow
Amazon.
poop.
Get out of here.
I have
Yeah.
lots of free cow poop. You don't have to buy it.
Do they have to pay
No,
for
that's
shipping? Yuck, yuck, yuck.
I need to send
30
tomorrow. I want to get some of
$30
that.
plus, $10 or so for shipping. Just saying.
Oh, okay. That's
Misty, be nice.
Did you catch that tomato? Tomato.
Got it.
Oh
I wonder
God.
if my husband's cameras would work though too. The ones that he has for hunting. Like, I'm just
Probably.
wondering.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know. It
because
might
don't they
show
cut
it.
on automatically?
You don't hear anything. There's no sound on it. It shows.
See, I need sound. I want to hear when they throw those books across the room. Show my husband. Shit, did you see that? Did you hear that?
I would love to show
I
him
don't
the
want no
proof.
damn ghost.
I
I don't
know.
want no damn ghost.
I
know.
do. Send yours down here to me.
Oh, that's
Those
a
are
good idea.
motion cameras. Yeah, they are motion cameras. But then, yeah, that's what you want. You want something
Right.
that shows something that's moving, right?
Right.
Like you
See,
want
somebody
something.
asked me about that. They were like, if they don't record 24 hours, then you might miss something. And I was like, no. If it records 24 hours, then you won't know when there's motion. You have
Exactly.
to sit there and watch it forever to wait
Oh
for
my
it.
God,
So,
that would be horrible.
Right. So it's nice that it has the motion detection, and it also has like you can set it up
Oh, and
and select a box like where you want the motion detected. So, like if it's in your living room and you don't want it to detect motion on your television, but you want it to detect by your front door, then you can move that little box over to the front door area so it won't turn on and record every time the TV has movement.
Right.
there's certain areas in my house that I want to record. Like
The
there's certain
basement.
places. I don't
The
really want to
ba-
record down there. It's actually more upstairs. And
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of
yeah,
your
more
basement, just so you
upstairs.
know.
I'm scared of my basement too. I'm scared what I'm gonna see down there. It's honestly, I want to see something really spooky.
Well, because I don't like basements anyway, because they're just creepy.
I don't either. There's no windows down there. And
They're
front part.
underground and they're kind of like a grave. Just gonna say that.
Now, see, I like basements. Don't hate me.
You also go
I
to graveyards at night, so
I do. I do.
yeah,
But I like my grandmother has a basement and I love the smell. I don't know why. Like when I walk down her basement stairs and it just her laundry area is down there, so I don't know if it's like a mixture of that or what, but her basement's not finished, so it does kind of have a little bit of a musty smell to it every once in a while. But it just, I don't know.
I
I
know
like
I've had
basements.
basements that I'm completely comfortable in and I'm not scared of. I know there's nothing down there. Um, one in Missouri, one in well, all the basements we had up north, but the one in Nashville, like not even kidding you, because it was like a huge den area, a half bath, the stairs, and then the rest of it was unfinished basement, and it was behind a closed door. The rest of the den was finished. That part I couldn't go into, and when I was downstairs watching TV or whatever fireplace was going, I had to sit myself in a position where I could see that basement door. Like I didn't want my back to it. And I'm not normally like that. But yeah,
Mhm.
that was creepy. And then when I would go up the stairs at night to go to bed, I would take them three at a time to get up the stairs. It was like scared the shit out of me. And there's nothing going on. It just, oh, it was that feeling. And this
Now,
one
see,
section in the basement.
go ahead. Sorry.
It just happened to be by the door you walked into, right to the left. There was a little area, and then there was an underground, like cold cellar, cool cellar, whatever, where you could
Mhm.
store stuff under the house. And that just would freak me out. That area was just, nope, can't do it.
The only time
So,
that I've ever felt that way was in the house that I grew up in. I was in my living room and we had a huge living room. It was like 24 by 20 or something. Like it was
mhm,
really, really big. Okay, well, we were having problems with our furnace that year. This was years ago. And so we were using kerosene heaters. So we had
mhm,
hung a sheet up in our living room doorway
mhm.
and to block, so it wasn't heating the living room because we didn't spend time in there. But the computer was in there. And I was typing a paper and I had my back to the rest of the room. It was so cold in there. I had my coat on and gloves, like while I was typing. Okay. And I had never felt that feeling like somebody's watching me. I need to
Mhm,
get out of here
mhm.
until that point. And I was sitting there and I kept turning around and looking behind me. And I was like, why do I feel like uneasy? I
Right.
know these spirits, like these are not evil spirits. I've never felt this way before. And I kept turning around and looking and looking. And finally, just something hit me. And I was like, I'm done. I'm not turning around again. I'm done. And I shut the
Mhm.
computer off and I went back into the family room. That's
Yep.
the only time I've had that weird feeling like that.
Oh, girl, not me. Now, I used to, the house that we lived in Independence, Missouri, it used to, no, that one wasn't a farmhouse, but I felt an older man there, but like he was just hanging out. I mean, it was like, it was his house. He was cool with us being there, no big deal. Come to find out, the guy who lived there before us was on hospice and died in that house. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Now there was a farmer. We moved from there to Kansas City, Kansas, and there was a farmer that used to be an old farmhouse. He had suspenders, a little straw hat, and I would, it's almost like you can see them in your mind's eye. They're not in front of you, but you can
Mhm.
see them in your mind's eye. And he didn't. I was never threatened in that house. I was very comfortable. So I just figured probably the farmer or generation two ago that lived on this farm, no big deal. The dogs didn't act crazy, and I never felt threatened.
Right. Yeah, our dogs, we had one dog that she would go sit in the bathroom and bark at the linen closet.
Oh God.
I mean, just nonstop. And we never really had anything happen in that bathroom. There, that we had 2 full baths in that house. And that was the bathroom that was most used. And we never really had anything happen in there. Now, I will say in my later years, when I had the incident happen, when one of my exes was living with me, and he woke up at 3:30 in the morning and heard somebody taking a bath. And he said he sat up and he was like, "Why is she taking a bath at 3:30 in the morning?" And looked over, and I was dead to the world,
Dead asleep.
So yeah, so he grabbed his gun and he got up and carefully and quietly walked to the bathroom door. And we had electric ceiling heat. This was an older house.
Uh-huh.
Electric ceiling heat in the bathroom, so we always kept that bathroom door shut.
Mhm.
And so he said all the way to the bathroom door, he heard the splashing, and like there was a kid in there or something, just having a blast splashing around. And he said as soon as he popped the door open,
Nothing.
the noise stopped, and he flipped the light on and walked around the corner to where he could see the tub, and it was bone dry. That was his very first ever in life paranormal experience.
Wow.
Well, and talking about kids, that's like one morning my husband was he takes his shower really early in the morning, and it sounded like there was kids in a playground in the spare room that I'm talking about, that the blanket was off the thing. It sounded like there was kids in a playground playing in there. So I went in there because I heard it so clear. It was just like kids playing, like they were playing in a playground. I went in there, nothing. There's a TV in the spare room that wasn't on. Looked outside to see if there was kids out. You know what I mean? If there
Mhm.
was kids outside, not that was like 5 o'clock in the morning. So the chances of that, no. But I
And it was
heard it like
COVID. Nobody at the school.
it was so no. That was during this pandemic, so there was no.
Yeah.
The school is down the street, but it was like it came from the next room. I heard it so clear, and it was just like a bunch of kids playing. Like that's what it heard like to me.
That's
And he was in the
crazy.
bathroom, and he came out of the shower, and I said, I heard kids playing. He's like, oh God, not this again.
My freaked out wife.
He rolls his eyes. Oh yeah, okay, really, uh-huh. But I did. I know what I heard. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I know what I heard.
Right.
Now,
No.
see, that was my first experience when we moved into this house. I was doing a live stream, and everybody on the live stream heard it. It
Yep.
was in the morning. All the kids were at school, and we heard a little girl laughing in my living room, and everybody in chat was like, I stopped. My stomach dropped, and I was like, did I just hear that right? And people in chat started asking if one of the kids were home, and I said, no, everybody's at school. You guys heard that too? Yep, clear as day.
Uh-huh. See, we hear
Well,
things with Carlos, and sometimes she doesn't hear it. She's like, what are y'all
Sometimes
talking
they do.
about?
Well, one time that they asked, or was I hearing it that time or not? I think I was, because no, I wasn't that time, because it was like someone whispered in my ear the word 5, and I
That's the
said
night that
5,
we were taping.
and they said yeah. Because I had gone downstairs to get
No.
Alka-Seltzer. I had
Yeah.
heartburn. and gone
Don't know
downstairs
why.
seltzer. I came back to talk to them on the phone. I was on the phone. I said, I'm back. I said 5. And she goes, what? I said, it's someone whispered in
You
my
said,
ear, 5. Like someone, I sounded like someone said 5.
and Eagle and I were like, what the fuck? Because we had asked them, how
I
many
just
are there?
asked, yeah. And she
And we
said,
heard twice 5.
yeah. So it
Now,
was
see,
strange.
my mom could tell some good stories too. You know, growing up in the house when I moved into it, or when we moved into the house, I was only 5.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, there's that number.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
My first experience, I was 6 years old and I heard 3 knocks on the bedroom door. But my mom, you know, was obviously older and she remembers things a little bit more clearly than what I did. And so in our family room, we had a fireplace that was on one wall, and then the TV was on the other wall that was like the L shape, you know. So
Right.
I don't know if this makes sense or not. The couch, the back of the couch was towards the fireplace, and the front of the couch was towards the TV. Okay. She heard people, a male, behind the couch, whispering in her ear, touching the back of her neck, playing with her hair, and she thought that, you know, it was her spouse, you know, like she kept looking around and she was like, what are you doing? There was nobody back there. And she kept doing it and doing it. And then finally she got up and she came into my bedroom, which is where we all were. And he was underneath my bed putting it together because I had just gotten a California queen size waterbed. So he was in the middle underneath, like hooking the drawer pieces together or whatever. It wasn't any of us, you know. And she was like, tell me you just came out here. And we were like, no. I mean, it happened multiple times and it freaked her out. So I
That
think
would freak me
might
out.
have, yeah, that might have been her scariest moment, I think, in the house.
And it was the whole time y'all were there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All the way up until the house caught on fire in 2002. Yeah.
What
Somewhere
was the
around there.
cause of the fire?
Our computer screen shorted out, had a short in it, and it caught on fire.
But do you ever
That-
wonder if that was paranormal? Like, did y'all ever have
Um,
anything weird like that happen before, like with the stove or?
no, no, because what it was they were murdered, so they just didn't cross over. They weren't ready to go yet. You know, their time was cut short. So I look at it as they were still just living with us because that's what they knew. You know, they weren't ready to go yet. So no, I mean, like I said, we would hear, you know, people walking around the house all the time. We would leave during the day, come home at night, and lights would be on. Um, I went to the bathroom that one time, and the toilet seat was up, not the lid. I mean, the lid was up too, but the seat
The
was
whole
up
thing,
also.
yeah.
I was there by myself that whole weekend. There was nobody else in that house but me that whole entire weekend. So there was absolutely no reason for the seat to be up also.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, things like that. It was just
Not a
like,
toilet seat. What is it with ghosts and toilets?
right?
Right.
Well, as soon as I saw it, I was like, damn it, Max, put the seat down when you get done. You know,
Mine
like,
actually
geez.
flushes. Mine actually flushes. It
Oh,
flushes.
goodness.
Hey,
But I
I
think it's
said
something to do
her
with
ghost
the
has
ice.
diarrhea.
has
Tawanda,
diarrhea.
Dove is asking if there's any way to order
Yeah, I
some
just
beef jerky. Oh, you did?
yeah,
Saw that? Okay.
yeah. I'll get a
Okay.
hold of her. We're a little behind right now, so we're trying to catch up on
I'm a big behind.
our-
Just gonna
I
put
don't
that
have
out
behind.
there.
My thing is I'll be on a live stream and I'm hearing and it's always after I hear the footsteps coming from upstairs and all of a sudden the toilet flushes. And I've gone in there and it's actually been flushed. It's going and the water's going down. It's like what the hell? Like somebody said in here, your ghost has diarrhea. So I don't know, but that's another
That's Tawanda.
weird. It's just weird. Oh, was it Tawana that said that? Yeah. Yeah. And
Well,
maybe
Dova
she had
just
said
said
it
at least
it's just
the
weird.
ghost didn't pee on the seat. That's
Right.
true.
Actually, yeah.
My theory is that she's got a female that's been there for a long time. I've named her Emily. I know you're not supposed to. Don't care. Doing it anyway. But she's been there for a long time, and she's comfortable. She's happy there. But then I don't know that she doesn't have some type of a portal, because I think there's a new guy definitely upstairs. What did we name him?
Smoker.
George. Huh?
Smoker. He's a smoker.
He's a smoker.
Was
And I
that
think that
Peter?
I don't think it's Peter. I think Peter's a younger guy downstairs. But this
Okay.
guy's George, and he doesn't want to be there. He's new. Um, don't know that he's been dead. I think he's been gone for a long time, but he just kind of ended up here somehow or another through a portal or something. And he's not real happy about it. He's trying to figure out where to go. And Emily is the one that knocks. I think George is the one that walks. Emily has taken the books and rearranged them and thrown the blanket on the floor, because that's a chick thing to do to get attention. Because you make the bed as a chick, and if somebody comes in and they mess up your bed, you're gonna take notice, right?
Right.
And I think that George wanders into her room and smokes, and that's when she kind of pitches a fit, and does the knocking and the shutting of doors upstairs and trying to keep him out. I think Peter is a new guy too. I think he's younger, like young adult, and he loves to jack with her electronics. Loves it.
Yeah, because this
Mhm.
never happened before. This is her
Mhm.
theory. Just remember, this is not me. This is her theory.
No, this is
She even
me.
named
Right.
those. She
I'm not a
named
psychic or anything else. I'm like, honestly, just when we're sitting there talking about it, I'm like, this is what I feel. I
But
can't
you
tell
can
you why.
hear them and you can obviously have a conversation with them. They
True.
We did
respond
that.
to
We
you.
actually did that one day. We went
Mhm.
upstairs because when we heard the 3 knocks, and she was on the phone with me. She goes, "Go upstairs." I'm like, "I don't want to go upstairs." So I went upstairs and I sat in the room where the knocks were coming from, and I was asking it questions. And what happened was the light kind of flickered
Flickered.
in the room, and I'm like,
Mhm.
it was like kind of that was my answer.
And she was kind
Yeah.
of talking to Emily and saying, listen, I know you're here. I see the signs that you're leaving me, but you're going to have to be patient with me because I don't understand what you're trying to tell me.
Right.
So until I can figure out how to make that happen, please don't scare me.
Right.
Just understand that I'm trying to understand what you're trying to tell me. And then the light flickered as if to say, okay, I hear you.
Right.
And I think
Well,
things have
okay.
kind of calmed down in that room since then, but not
Yeah,
anywhere
and
else,
nothing's happened in there since then.
except the cigarette smoke smell. But that's
Well, that
George.
was my husband when he was exercising, and he called me upstairs and said, "Are you sure you're not smoking?" I said, "I'm not smoking. Why would I smoke? And I
Well,
would go outside to smoke if I wanted to hide it from him. I wouldn't be
Right.
smoking downstairs, right where he could see that I was smoking. Plus, I don't
you
have
could talk to
ashes."
them a couple different ways. I mean, the light flickering like that, you
Hmm.
could say, flick it once for yes and twice for no.
Hmm.
And ask them the questions and get intelligent answers back that way. Or like I was telling Robbie, you can get that app on any phone. It's the Necrophonic app, and
Yep.
it's $10,
Hmm.
and you can get that. And then I like to record every time I do any spirit box session.
Hmm.
I get out my voice recorder and I record it, because after the session, when you're in the moment, just like you were saying on the recording, or on the recording when we heard it, it's not what you guys actually heard live.
Right.
It sounds different. Okay, so when you go back and play it, you can slow it down to like half the speed or 0.25 the speed, and you can hear things so much more clearly that way, and you
That's a
can
good
make out
idea.
what they're actually saying. So
Hmm.
use the app and get a voice recorder. You can get an app on your phone if you have multiple devices, a tablet, a phone, computer, whatever. Record one way and use the app the other way, and ask them questions and see what they say.
I gotta learn how to
Yeah.
do that stuff. When I'm on the
We'll have to
phone, I'm
play
on the
with it.
phone. I'm like, I don't use multiple devices when I'm talking to them on the phone. So and too, when I see something, like when I saw the door open, and it was so freaky that night when it opened. The way it opened was so slow. It just opened real slow. And then I went to see if there was a breeze, if something like, was pushing it open. And I pushed it right against the wall. Then it came back. And it came all the way back and latched. And that's when I
Mm.
freaked right out because it was just not fast at all. It was slow. It was like
Mm.
someone was there pulling it. You know what I mean? Like it
And
was,
see,
They
you
it
have
might
a
was,
have
video
been
recorder too on your phone.
yeah, and
right.
I have to like, but that night I was so freaked out. I was shaking, literally. I was
Yeah.
shaking, and I was talking to someone not on the phone, but I was texting to someone, and I was saying, because I was just in the midst of saying goodnight to that person, and I said, "You are not going to believe this." I said, "I'm watching this door actually
Close.
open,"
hmm
and they
When
said,
you're caught in that moment, it's hard to react and think, "Oh, I need to record this,"
"I
you
should
know,
Right.
have
because you're
because
so
it opened."
shocked.
And then when it came back, then I opened it all the way and I put something in front of it. And I thought, you know, I was so scared. Like I was so scared. I didn't even want to look at the door, but I put something in front of like this big basket in front of it. So I figured it's going to knock over that basket. If it knocks over that basket, I am so freaking out of here. Like I am down the street. I am like, like I literally, my heart was pounding through my chest because that's how scared I was. Like I was just
And maybe, okay, so they say that they feed off of your fear. Okay, if
right.
it's evil, that's, that they feed off of that even more. Maybe that's why you don't hear the things that Misdemeanor hears, because she doesn't have that fear.
Right.
She puts her foot down and says, "Look, this is how it's going to be." So maybe if you can talk yourself into being more demanding of them and less fearful of them, then maybe you can kind of take control and get answers from them.
Yeah.
No. I'll try, but I still get free. I'll admit it. Like I just think the whole thing is freaky to me. Like it just
Oh
scares
yeah.
Can you use
me.
that same app on a laptop?
I honestly don't know. I don't have a laptop,
We'll
so
have to
I
we'll have
don't
to look
know.
into that and see where you could take that upstairs and maybe be on the phone with me and Eagle or whatever,
I'm
and
so
you
like
could have that going.
laptop. Really still don't know how to use my laptop very well. I just got
Don't
it.
you have a tablet?
I do have a tablet. It's an
Oh, you
Android
You
could use a
tablet.
tablet.
Yeah, you can use your tablet. I have an Android phone, and that's what I use.
And
So you can definitely
where do you get that app
in
from?
the Google Play Store.
Oh, okay. And what's it called again?
Necrophonic.
Necrophonics. I'll check that
I'll
out.
type it in chat.
Okay. I'll check it out. But I think I'm gonna like end this live because it's been 2.5 hours and
And you're scared the ghosts are going to come talk to you. It's okay.
I'm scared of pissing them off. I actually the whole time we've been talking, like here's the thing, if I'm in a really good mindset, I don't seem to hear a lot. But then
Yeah.
sometimes I can be in a good mindset and I hear it and it doesn't bother me. Sometimes if I'm like really stressed out, I'll hear it.
I've noticed when she's really stressed out and like she'll get off a live or something, they are loud.
Yeah, they are.
They are really loud, but I think it's feeding off of her energy with that
I think
heightened
so, too.
anxiety or whatever. You're like a little battery. And they come around and go,
People
ooh.
say they do feed off your energy and they do, you know,
Pookie wanted to come up for just a second and share the
oh,
experience.
sure. Absolutely. Here you go. I love when people come up and share their
I do
experiences.
too.
Remember Nunya, our Ninja Nunya?
Ninja Nunya.
Ninja Nunya.
I wonder what she's doing. She might be with her mom today. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be.
Well, and I have to say it's fun being able to come up on your panel and share, and I think that it kind of reassures us that we're not alone. There are
Right.
other people who experience the same things that we experience, because there are so many negative people that are like, you're out of your mind, you're just cuckoo. There are no such thing as ghosts. And no matter what they say, there are. And
There are.
I experienced it as a child, but you're experiencing it more as an adult, so it happens.
Yeah, and I struggled with even sharing any of my experiences, but I would be on a live and people have heard, footsteps here.
They're
So,
like, what the heck is that?
yeah.
Is your
Right.
husband still home? No,
Hi,
why?
Cookie.
Hi.
Hi, Pookie.
How are you? What's your
Hi.
story?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing
Good.
good.
So
Wonderful.
my story is kind of creepy, and I used to have footage, but I lost the SD card. But my sister and I were out one night, and we were Googling like creepy haunted places near me, and it
Uh-huh.
would take you to like old creepy haunted places where there was actual stories of hauntings and stuff.
Oh.
And so we went to this old barn out in the middle of BFE, but it was close to. I mean, it was like 10 minutes from where we were staying.
Mhm.
And so I had my camcorder, and I was getting out of the truck, and I was having trouble getting out of the truck because I felt like something. Like I kept hearing something go shoo, 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 by my ear, and I'm like, "What is that?" I thought it was a bug or something, you know. And my sister and her friend were already out of the truck looking around, and she's swatting at something too. And she turns around and she says, "Gosh dang it, sister, stop it." And she thought I was right behind her. And I was still in the truck. Like I had just gotten out of the truck. And I was filming her, and I was like, "Stop what? I'm way over here." She goes, "Oh my God." She said, "I swear to God, you were right behind me." And I was like, "No." She said, "I kept hearing something go shoo, 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 right by my
Oh my
ear." She's like, "I
God.
thought it was you." And I was like, "I heard the same thing." Well, as I'm recording them walking around, I'm hearing what I thought were dog barks in the distance. And I'm like, "What is that?" There's nothing here. There's no houses or nothing. So is it coyotes? But I've never heard a coyote bark like that before, you know? And I was like, "This is so weird." So we just kept recording, and we get home and we start watching the footage back. And my friend, another friend of ours, had came over, and she was like, "You know where you were at, right?" And I was like, "No." She was like, "You were at the murder site where those people were gunned down in their truck, and the guy is still in prison." I mean, it's a famous case in Indiana, and the guy is still in prison for it. He's trying to get, in fact, he got taken off death row. He was on death row, but they pardoned his death row sentence. But
So those were
so
bullets going by your head.
right, so we listened.
Wow.
We put the surround sound on, and we tweaked it, and we listened. The dog barks were not dog barks. They were like, "Help, help." And you
Oh
could
my
hear
God.
someone screaming, "Get me out of here, get out of here, get out of here." And yeah, it was crazy. And I
Holy
wish I had that SD card so I could play it, because you could see stuff like in the video, but like it was just so incredibly, like I get
Oh my God,
goosebumps
that's
just thinking about it.
incredible.
But we
Oh,
were
See, that's
Lord.
why
we were parked in
Carly,
the
we gotta
same
play
spot.
yours slower.
Yeah, we were parked in
Yeah.
the same spot the vehicle was in that they were gunned down in. There was 3 people that were gunned down in a small S10 truck,
Oh
and
my God.
yeah, with a high-powered
Wow.
rifle. So the
Oh,
shoo, shoo, shoo would make sense, because that's kind of what it would sound like. And
yeah.
oh yeah,
Wow.
it was an experience. It was creepy. I mean, it wasn't that bad when you were out there, but you could definitely feel something. But that
Yeah.
wasn't
Like a
the
heavy
story.
feeling.
Right. The story wasn't even the haunting story wasn't even about that. It was about the barn we were trying to look at. And
Oh
the
my
barn was
God.
actually supposed to have 3 teenage boys buried below it. And I mean, that's why we were there. And we couldn't even get into the barn because we got too bombarded outside of the barn.
Now, see,
Like we
I'm
were ready to
wondering.
go.
I'm
It was
wondering. That's got
Incredible.
to be like a. Don't you think that's a residual haunting where it just kind of like the tape recorder where it plays back over and over and over?
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh, creepy.
at the same time, I did not feel, when I was sitting in the truck,
Uh,
like I didn't feel alone. I felt like there was something in there with me. Like, you know, when I hear this, I could feel my hair moving, and there was no
Wow.
breeze or nothing blowing, and I could feel my hair moving, and I'm like, "What's that? What is that?" I thought it was my sister, and she's yelling at me, and she's like 30 feet from me, and she's screaming at me to stop messing with her, and I'm like, "I'm way over here. I'm still behind the truck. I haven't even moved. What do you mean?"
hey,
And
have they found out anything new on Delphi
no,
since you're from
no.
Indiana?
No, not that I've heard of. That's the reason I found Katie, Miss Wonderful.
Yeah,
And she's just completely stopped talking about it.
I
So,
know. Oh,
but
she's
no,
busy with
not that.
her romances, I guess. Oh,
Yeah,
and
I
her
got that right.
alcohol.
Yeah,
Well,
that.
Yeah, she took down Steve and her last night. I don't want to know what happened, I don't think, but
I
whatever.
watched the whole live.
Oh, God.
What happened? What happened?
She, well, apparently she went out with Doug to Red Lobster or out to eat or to a bar, and made Doug. Doug said in the chat that he had a flat tire, so he had to walk all the way from his house to the bar. And when he
God.
got there, Steven showed up, and Katie just bounced and left with Steven on the motorcycle and went live
Oh my
and
God.
filmed live. They went to 2 different bars, and at the second bar, she finally just said, and it was supposed to be for VIP only, but she accidentally went live public.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
now
goodness.
now the girlfriend, nobody knew where she was at, so she was probably watching it. I don't know. It was a shit show.
That's
It
like
was
a
shit
soap
show.
opera.
It is.
It is.
And she does that. Like her tags are live reality TV, you know. So
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
she doesn't hide nothing for. Well, she does, but she doesn't, you know. But
Yeah.
no, as far as the Delphi case, I would love. See, I'm like 8 hours from Delphi,
Uh-huh.
where I'm at. So I'm at the very bottom of Indiana. But I would love to go up there and kind of do some.
Check it
Because
out.
I used to go
Yeah.
like ghost hunting per se. We used to go to cemeteries
Oh, I would
when
love
I
to
was
do
in my
that.
early 20s at night and
Uh-huh.
take pictures and video. And I'm telling you, we've had some experiences, but it's but we do it with respect. We don't go in and like destroy anything, and we try
Right.
not to walk over graves. And you know, and I've had some strange happenings happen to me in a cemetery at night, and I'm telling you what, I'm too old for that. I'm too old for that. I've actually had one follow me home before, and I had to take
I'll
it
tell
back.
you, I'm not going to no graveyards by myself at night. So
I
No,
wasn't by
not by
myself. I wasn't by myself. We had like 5 or 6 people. I mean,
well, I don't know
going.
anybody who would go with me. So yeah.
I'll
would
go with you, Carla.
Okay.
I went
Yeah,
by
right.
myself. I was okay until I started hearing that crazy sound. So I'm very
Yeah.
curious what area, or I guess I don't want you to like dox yourself, and I don't want to dox myself, but we could go together. Okay, I'll just put it that way. But what were you using to find out the haunted areas around you?
I was just Googling it. I just Googled haunted locations near me, and there was like this.
Yeah, I gotta go do it.
I don't know. It just came up like the 10 most haunted locations near me. Like there was a website that just popped up. I couldn't tell you. I could Google it right now and try to find it, but I think I'll get kicked because I'm using my phone. I think I'll get kicked off. But yeah, it just pulled up like I don't know. And we went to like 4 places near me, and like the first couple they were you know, but like the cemetery one we went to that night and the barn were the 2 most. Like my sister disappeared in the cemetery. Like I could see her with my own 2 eyes, but on the viewfinder on my camcorder, she was gone completely. There was like nothing there.
Wow.
And I could, and I was like, and I had that footage on the same SD card, of course. And then like when my friend was walking back to the truck, I'm videoing, and I actually do have that clip where a shadow follows her from the like she comes walking in front of a tree, and you can see a shadow following her after she gets past the tree, and then it
Oh, my.
disappears. And I have that
Weird.
actual footage, and it was. I was like, get in the truck and let's go. I saw that. Let's go. She's like, what? I mean, I saw it with my own 2 eyes, like without the camera. And my sister saw it too. She's like, something is following you. Let's go. Like, and they went in. I didn't go in the cemetery because I had this feeling. I was like, something don't feel right about this. And if I get a bad feeling, I don't go, you know, because I follow my instincts. And they were like, oh, it'll be okay. And they went in. And my sister had nightmares for a month after that. Like after the cemetery, she kept having nightmares about the cemetery. I'm like, I'm telling you right now, you disappeared. And I showed her the footage. And you can see on the camera where she just like, she was there and then she was gone. And she was gone for about 40 seconds. And then she shows back up on the camera again. And she was just standing there. Like you could see the person standing next to her, but you could not see her. And she had a bright pink shirt on. It was crazy.
Oh
It was
my
crazy.
goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was like an old soldier cemetery or something that we had been at. So, but it
That's
was
creepy.
supposedly evil haunting. And I'm like, I don't do evil. I
See,
don't
when
do
I
evil.
searched,
Scared.
I
I
don't
would
do
have jumped
evil
out and
either.
scared you.
Hey, Smokey.
Smokey
Hey.
T.
I would have jumped out and scared you. I wish I could go with you.
Oh,
You'd
the
have jumped out
lights
and
there
scared
Tear
on
me?
you up.
Bragg Road.
Yeah. You'd be like,
What?
oh my God, what's that noise? I'd be like, boo. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Yeah.
easy to scare, but when I'm
I'll
out
be
doing
pulling
stuff like
you up.
that,
You
I'm
know
on
what I mean?
my highest alert. So good luck.
Yeah,
'Cause-
it's fun too when you got a girl beside you scared you. You lead them up to it. You're like, oh, what's that? I hear something. La la la. Boo. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Smokey, you wouldn't want to do that to me. I carry mace. I'll just give you
I
a heads up.
punch.
Yeah. You
I'm a
can't get hit
swinger.
in
I
the head with it.
punch. I tend to
I
throw
know.
fists when I get scared. So
Yeah, but it don't work as good unless you like touch them like you like yeah, you know.
yeah,
Jump.
I hit
Yeah.
people that do that, and I'm just saying, come out
Oh,
I got,
Hey,
the
my mama
I
Hotel
got,
don't like it either.
Calvez. The Hotel Calvez in Galveston is supposed to be very haunted. Well, I'm sure it is. Because I'm almost positive it was there during the. Maybe it wasn't there. Ooh,
we
room
had a
505.
we had an airplane crash site close to us too,
Mhm.
and there's a building out there still standing. Like the airplane crash was so bad that like, and it was like in the early 60s, 50s and 60s. So it was way before we had all the equipment to get all the stuff out and everything. So they just kind of got as many bodies as they could out, and then just buried the rest. They got all the plane out, but they just buried what they couldn't get out. So there's this
Oh
room up
Lord.
there. There's a building, like an old farming building, about 50 feet from the site, and they call it the silent room. And I was
Mhm.
like, why do you call it the silent room? And they were like, well, when you go there, if you stand outside the silent room, everybody's talking, you can hear. But if someone goes inside and talks, the people outside can't hear them. And I
Ooh.
was like, no way. And we went there, and someone went inside, and I went inside with them because I didn't believe it. And they were talking, and I could hear them inside, and everybody was just carrying on about their business outside. Like we didn't even tell them we were going in. Like they were just they had their backs to us, and we went in and started talking to them, and they could not hear us. And it freaked me out. Well, then I started taking pictures because I had a disposable camera with me. I started taking pictures, and we got the pictures developed. There was so many orbs and
Oh,
like
creepy.
shadow figures in there that I never went back. Like my
I've
friend
got
went
one
back
for.
3 times, and every time she went back, she was in a car accident afterwards.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so we never went
Damn.
back after that.
I've got one for Smokey. Smokey, here's one. It's in Fort Worth, Texas, okay? Miss Molly's Hotel. The property used to serve as a bordello and is reportedly haunted by ghosts from that era.
A bordello.
Yeah.
Hey,
You could
you
get a
know
spectral blowjob. Just saying. Maybe. Maybe. Go try. Yeah.
Hey,
You
I've
never
done,
know.
been around that scary stuff. Charleston, South Carolina's got that a lot of haunts and stuff. And the most famous picture on Google where the woman in the wedding dress is standing at the
Yeah.
grave at the
Yeah.
church. It's all over Google, and it's done been recognized like as a paranormal event by the people that the what were those Conjuring movies were off of.
Mm-hmm.
Those people they investigated and stuff. It's really scary, y'all. You take a tour down there in Charleston, it'll freak you out, man. A bunch of slave stuff, all types of stuff. You hear chains rattling,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
we
hear me
had,
go, "Woo."
we had a hotel here that I used to work in the hotel, and that hotel was very haunted. I myself saw a female apparition that was wearing like an old colonial style dress, with like the tie in the back, and she had
Yeah,
her hair pulled up in a
yeah.
bun,
That's like that woman in the wedding. That
yeah,
I was talking about at the grave. She's in
yep.
some white dress like that. It's supposed to
Well,
be like
hers
an
was blue.
1860 woman.
Well,
Is that
here's
what
Hers
it
was
is?
a
insanity.
blue
You know what I'm
dress.
talking about?
No, I know what you're talking about, but this is a different Like this was a
You're
hotel that
this the
was
hotel
here
you're talking
in my
about.
state. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Have you guys
Here's
seen the Google Map image of the little girl that's standing behind the tree in the cemetery? Like the
no.
Google Maps
No.
guy was driving around taking, the little Google cars you see drive around with the cameras on them.
There's a whole
Uh-huh.
website dedicated to that. You ought to watch
Yeah,
it.
there's a little girl he takes
Wow.
he doesn't mean to, but he's taking pictures, video images for Google Earth. And on Google Earth, if you Google the cemetery and look at the picture, you'll see a little girl's head popping out from behind a tree. It's creepy.
Yeah, they done solved murders with
Wow.
Google Earth.
Yeah.
Well, now
Y'all
here's
to YouTube Google Earth saving like how many murders been solved by Google Earth. That's pretty cool.
There's been some
damn.
weird Google images from.
Now, if I was at Carla's, we could handle Carla's ghost. We could just get a Ouija board out and get that
That's
thing.
right.
Oh
We can
yeah,
get
that's
after
the
it.
worst
Oh,
thing
yeah.
for us to do.
Yeah, that's what I
Here's
would
a
have done
good
when I
one.
was a
This
kid.
is when you need to know who your city planners are, right? Jefferson Davis Hospital in Houston. Images of the abandoned Jefferson Davis Hospital built above a Confederate cemetery.
Oh
Yeah,
my
they're all
God.
over here where I live.
Who
I
who
could walk to 3 of them
who
right
builds
now.
who builds a hospital on top of a cemetery?
Who puts a hotel in an abandoned tuberculosis hospital
Right?
that's known to be haunted? I've been
Good
to that.
God.
I've been to that ghost experience at the oh God, I can't remember. It's in Louisville. I can't remember the name of it. It's an older.
That's pretty cool. That's
But
the fun thing going on them
they turned
tours.
it into a hotel. They have turned it
Man,
into a hotel and are renting rooms out. I'm like, no, I'm not
that's
staying there
crazy.
because like
Mm-mm.
apparently, like when we got there, we did the night tour, which was the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. I should have done the day tour because it was super super scary. But like during the day, people were seeing their twin shadows, like
Mhm.
and they were seeing their double, and
Was it
it was creepy.
Doppelganger.
LaDonna,
Yeah.
we need to meet up in Houston and go ghost hunting. You want to?
Randolph County, Pookie?
No, it starts with a W.
Waco.
Hold on. No. Waverly Hills. Waverly Hills.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, Waverly Hills.
I need to
Right,
find
yeah.
someone in Pittsburgh to go ghost to graveyard with me because I am sure not going by myself.
See, there's one in Randolph
I want
County.
to bring my ghost
Yeah.
with me and say, "Here, this is where you
I could-
belong."
I could walk to 3 Confederate cemeteries right now from where I'm
Goatman's
standing.
Bridge. Yeah, Goatman's
Wow.
Bridge. You've told me about that one before, and I still haven't looked at it. I've got to go look at it. The Goatman's Bridge. That's Houston, isn't it? Or somewhere.
Now,
Oh, I'll
this
be
is how bad
toxic.
I'm getting. I actually found a book that was my aunt's when she was in elementary school, and it is called Indiana Adventure, and it talks about everything up until, let me see, I want to see what the copyright date is on this because I was looking around trying to find different locations that I could go visit. 1962 is the copyright.
wow.
Uh-huh.
So
What kind of
because I was like,
locations?
well, everything. I mean, there's a Native American figure on the front, but
I live
there's
close to-
everything in here.
I live close. Well, I don't live. I used to live super close, but I moved. But I'm not like I'm like an hour and a half away from Angel Mounds, which is an Indian museum that that is local. Well, was local.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Well, some of the table of contents, it says 3 billion years ago, the mystery race, Indians, the first white man in Indiana, the 3 early Indian forts, life at the early forts, the French and Indian War, George Rogers Clark, skip down here, Indiana writers, Johnny Appleseed, Indiana Today, 1910 to 1962, the Indiana State Fair. There is a Santa Claus. I mean, it's just all about.
There is a Santa Claus, Indiana. Yeah,
yeah,
Santa
there
Claus,
is a
Indiana.
Santa Claus, Indiana. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's, I mean,
live
it's
close
all
to that.
about. It's all about
I
There's a
live close
cut and shoot Texas.
Indianapolis 500-mile race. You know, like it just has a lot of interesting information in it. So I did start reading it, and I've learned quite a bit.
I live
So-
close to
LaDonna.
Santa Claus, Indiana. Actually, my nephews and nieces work at Holiday World every year, which
Let's
is
go
a
do
big,
it.
which is a
LaDonna, let's
big
go do it,
theme
girl.
park.
LaDonna and I are going to go to Jefferson, Texas and do a haunted video.
Fun.
Heck yeah,
Heck yeah. That
I'm
sounds
down.
like fun. Let's go.
I'll be in the chat.
Yeah, do it live, so we can
That's
point it out.
right.
We'll do it live. We'll hook it up, man.
I'll be
You
there.
can see me pee my pants.
Well,
'Cause what
I
are y'all
hate
doing
to
tonight? We're watching her
jump
pee her
and run,
pants.
but I've got to get out. I've got to have dinner with a friend, so I've got
Yeah,
to go.
I
I
gotta
just
start
wanted
making
to share
dinner too.
my experience.
But
Thanks for having me up, Carla. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you for
Yeah.
coming, guys.
do it
Yeah,
again.
thanks for sharing.
You're
Thanks.
welcome.
That was
Have a
awesome to
good
hear.
evening.
We'll do it again.
You too. And thank
Bye,
you,
guys.
chat. Y'all were awesome.
Thank you all
Enjoyed
for
it so
coming
much.
in. I enjoyed it. It was nice. It was fun. It was chill. So
And
we'll do
LaDonna,
it
we're going to
again.
have to hook up, sister, so we can do some Texas tornado activity.
Well, you guys let me know when you do that for sure. Thank you for having me on panel. I'm gonna go ahead and hop down too, so you guys can end
Okay,
it right
Mandy. Mandy's awesome. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Time for dinner.
All right. Y'all be good to each other. Take care of each other. And love
Love
you
you.
bunches.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.